Alright guys, welcome. This is Requiem Autumn. This is 5th Band Tinker versus Europe Solo number 3. I'm your caster Moxie. I'm casting this over at my Twitch, twitch.tv/LittleMissMoxie if you want to join the Twitch chat. And I'm joined today with Ven as my co-caster.
Hello.
I'm ready for some Europe, Dota. I'm ready to flamethrow you. And we're gonna see the Terrorblade band out immediately. That's actually kind of interesting.
I'm glad you can say that. Hope you're introducing that team.
Hope what?
I can't pronounce Troll's name.
Oh yeah. I worked hard on that, man.
It requires work.
I've
Interesting bands.
I think it's still like, I think I'm probably not saying it 100% correctly.
So are these like tailored bands?
That's what I'm wondering. I mean, I haven't seen a lot of Terrorblade actually be, like, if you look at 5th Band Tinker's Dota buff, if you do a little research and things like that, I don't see a lot of Terrorblade on there. I know that, of course, Troll does a lot of Medusa play. He's actually got a 100% win rate on this particular team when they pick him Medusa mid.
Who does research? All you need is 5 int heroes.
Slacks can get banned out. I think maybe EU Solo is just banning out things that they don't like to see. We see a lot of Slark in the lower division usually. He's a pretty hard hero to pin down. We see it in the upper division as well. The Omni Knight, though, wow. They don't want to deal with the Omniscience.
Be interesting to see which way the draft opens, based on the bands. I have no idea. They might not even pick meta heroes.
Wow, early Coddle, Creeper of the Light. That's gonna discourage them from picking anything that's super mana intensive, especially things like Timbersaw, which
I've actually seen more Cottles in my game recently.
it's because he's annoying with mana leak. Oh my goodness, I hate it.
Yep, they just like skill mana leak and walk around mid and leak you constantly.
Yep, it's awful. Ugh, I hate Coddles. Lich. Pickup. I'm interested to see if they're going to be running that as like a duo off lane. I've seen a lot of teams do that just because, you know, Lich going to be able to not only steal your mana, but also be able to, you know, kind of help out with lane equilibrium and keep tabs on the experience, especially if they decide to try to run a tri-lane up top. Lich makes it very inefficient.
2 defensive supports picked up as well off the bat, so...
Faceless Void pickup. So I'd be interested to see if EU Solo has anyone who plays Elder Titan, because you do not want 5th Band Tinker getting their hands on that.
Do you want to pick 2 supports first though? Is that like... I don't consider bad?
No, it's not necessary. I mean, this is a... If they let them get the Elder Titan... Again, they have bans though too, so if they don't have an Elder Titan player, they can always ban him out. But that's a very strong combo. They got the Sand King though, so I'm not sure.
Maybe they're thinking it's safe lane Void? Or just a comfort pick? Someone?
Well, I mean, Faceless Void can be played in any lane.
I was
you can play
King,
mid, but not really. But
I'd say you could say that about Sand King too at the moment.
well, Sand King is a fantastic offlaner. I'm not sure again if they're going to be trying to run him offlane or if they're going to be putting him as like a support or jungle. But if they decide to take that Faceless Void into the offlane and they like to switch around the lanes, it's going to make life very difficult for Void.
Yeah, man, it could be mid Sand King.
Could be. That is a thing that happens.
PL ban.
I feel like these have to be targeted bans for the most
Faceless
part.
Void.
PL's not very good against Faceless Void. Like, if he gets caught in the Chronosphere, he's in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, but if you get Diffusal, that might be the thought behind it.
True. It also would give them a lot of push right now, and of course the Keeper of the Light with the Phantom Lancer, just endless Spirit Lances, is pretty annoying to deal with in lane.
The Evoker ban, I feel it's tailored towards the fact that they've got a Void. Popular combo. Taking their time over this last ban here.
Well, potentially EU Solo has their offlaner and they have one of their supports, so they could start banning out mids if they really wanted to. They could start banning out anything that they might be concerned about with like Chronosphere.
I think I would ban stuff that screws over Void in laning. Because there is heroes that do at the moment, and Keeper of Light. Well, I suppose I got the Keeper of Light. That's like a really hard matchup to play, by the way, the Keeper of Light into Void. Void just gonna have a really hard time in lane, I think, already. Well, they didn't 5th ban it, but they 4th banned it.
I know, please report 5th Band Tinker for not living up to their name. Troll is actually the worst right now.
It's not very nice. I got your back, Troll, if you're listening.
Somebody's got to have it, right? Again, not sure where we're going to see this Faceless Void, if he's going to be placed in the safe lane or the off lane, but they should probably start banning out mids. Anything that their mid player doesn't want to see. They've already banned out, of course, the Invoker. Death Prophet having a lot of synergy, of course, with Chronosphere, and a nice silence on top of that, which will make Coddle pretty sad. It's susceptible to getting ganked, though.
So is OD.
Pick up.
Direct answer to Death Prophet. Although I don't think Astral removes
Spirit Siphon, it does
Spirit
not.
Siphon.
It does not, it goes through.
Nothing actually removes that stupid spell.
Well, I mean, it's magical now, but of course a lot of Death Prophet players have actually started picking up a Veil to help amplify the damage, so it's a solution, but it's not a solution at the same time.
When it was pure, people didn't used to go Veil because it was just so good, and they're like, "Oh, you're gonna make it like affected by like magic resistance. Well, we'll just buy a Veil, negate the like 25% or 40%."
A Jug pick up here.
Pretty strong against OD. Makes sense.
It's also a Diffusal Blade Carrier if they'd like to pick something up like that.
Decent against Sand King, decent against Call.
And it's got the spin, which is pretty good to be able to avoid a lot of their magic damage. Because right now it's mostly magic with some pure, but BKB makes OD very sad.
I like 5th Band Tinker's Draft at the moment quite a lot. I think it's quite easy to execute. Well, I say that, it's all centered around Chrono kinda, but each hero
not
can do
necessarily.
stuff on their own.
Because Jug, you know, he's not necessarily the best inside Chrono because he can't do anything inside it other than, I believe he can still...
He can Omni.
Omni through it, yes. Ooh, Jakiro. It's gonna get
more
a little
focus
bit
on
of
that
tower
sort
push.
of lineup. And again, good against Faceless Void, you can just lay down.
Well, that's one of the
Macro
problems
player.
with Jakiro, though, is you have to be very, very careful with your positioning because he can't allow himself to get caught in that Chronosphere. If he's caught in the Chronosphere, he's not going to be able to lay down any of his spells, and he's pretty squishy, so he's just going to get beaten to death.
He's decently tanky for a support, for an int hero.
I don't know. I guess for an
He's got a good
hero,
strength
maybe?
gain. His stats are like super good. His like strength gain is really good, I think. I'm gonna check, but I think it's like 2 point something.
He needs something
You're
because
wrong.
his turn rate is god-awful. I love me some Jakiro, but...
His turn rate is bad, and his spells are so slow.
That wind-up, too. I've died so many times, like, stuck in the wind-up for a lot of his spells.
Yeah, strength gain 2.3, so that's really good for an int hero.
So they still need a hard carry over on the side of EU solo. And they just need one more support. I'd like to see them pick up something like an aggressive support over on the side of 5th Band Tinker. You know what I'd love to see them pick up?
Rubik.
No. Kunkka.
Yeah, that would have such nice synergy.
How dirty would that be? Throw a boat
Bolt
into that
buff for Death Prophet
Chronosphere. Really, really strong early game, moving around with ganking with that X. They've got a lot of heroes that can't really run away from that.
You know what their draft is? It's stable. Like, I like the 5th Band Tinker draft.
They banned the Rikimaru out.
It's an offensive support that you wanted, so...
Ben
Kinda
loves
feels
Rikimaru.
I wouldn't go that far. No, I do. It's because, well, actually, it's because I hate him that I play him. You do know this, right?
The denial pick.
Yeah.
Alright, so what do we see now out of EU Solo? What do you think would be good here?
I actually think Medusa's pretty good.
I was looking at that because it's going to give them the chance to disengage, which would be pretty important.
Rapes Faceless Void in lane. Does pretty well against all the other heroes. It's tanky.
And there it is, there's the Medusa pickup.
Oh, I'm so good, aren't I?
And so
I'm earning my keep here at Moxie's stream.
That's very good though, because if they see the Faceless Void hanging out in the background, if he jumps in, if she's fast enough, hits her ult, they're gonna have to run away, and that's a waste of chrono and reset, because right now they're pretty ult dependent over on the side of 5th Band Tinker. But of course,
They do have 2 Diffusal Blade carriers in Faceless Void and Jug.
well, that'll definitely be important, but it'll also be very important that they don't blow all their
I like
ults
that.
at once, because their cooldown period will make it really easy for EU Solo to take advantage of that.
You should totally pick Nyx here.
I don't think they need to take Nyx.
It's really good against OD. Oh, that's good too.
Silencer is good. That way you can open with the Silencer, ulti, Faceless Void jumps in, and you don't have to worry about that Stone Gaze.
Not much in terms of roaming though in the sports.
I have a
think we'll
feeling
see
we're
a
going to see that
farm
Creeper of
heavy
the
game.
Light like run through mid a couple times and just make Death Prophet very sad.
Hope he does, that'd be good. I think his job's going to be annoying the Faceless Void for a large part of the game.
It's a good point. Alright guys, so welcome. This is Requiem Autumn 5th Band Tinker versus EU Solo Draft number 3. I'm your caster Moxie. I'm casting this with Ven as my co-caster today. And
Alright.
we'll go ahead and introduce the teams. I guess I'll start on the Radiant here. On the Radiant side, we have 5th Band Tinker. We have Soap, who's going to be playing our Lich. Player going to be playing the Silencer. The Tominator going to be playing Faceless Void. Feed Squad's going to be playing our Death Prophet. And Prokofia going to be playing our Juggernaut.
And on Dire, for EU Solo Draft, number 3, we have Sipsap on the Keeper of the Light, Terrence Chill on the Jakiro, Manly Man on the Sand King, which I'm guessing is an offlane Sand King, Beans question mark on the Medusa, and playing the Outworld Devourer is Power.
Alright, and it looks like no smokes are going to get used for this particular opening here. It does look like Faceless Void has a ward. I'm going to probably want to go place that, but it looks like he's headed to Rune Spot first, so I guess he's not going to be able to quite drop that yet. Support's over on the side of EU Solo, going to be able to spot out that he has a ward on him. And might
I have
be
a
able
small tip that I picked up recently. So, Faceless Void went for Poor Man Shields, but what you can actually do is just get the Stout Shield, and then decide in lane if he wants to get Quelling Blade or not. Because you can buy both the components for Poor Man's and Quelling in the side shop. A small
Top lane,
thing.
looks like we're going to see a little bit of a skirmish. Immediately the mana drain, or rather the mana leak, going to come out from the Coddle here. Sounds are standing nearby. They're able to put a lot of damage over onto the Medusa, like right off the bat, so I think that was a worthwhile engagement. Meanwhile, bottom, he's already used the spin here, trying to push back Manly Man.
Do you know who'd have been so good for 5th Band Tinker?
What?
Pugna. Because the ward mana drains, and it's gonna go off if Sand King channels his ulti and tries to blink in, so he can't blink.
I think you need to be careful, though, that you don't put too many eggs in one basket for that Medusa.
That's true, but it's got synergy and chrono.
Alrighty, we're seeing dual lanes being run here at the top. I'm interested to see, I'm not sure why they sent the Silencer up here. I would have much rather, he's taking so much damage. Look at this Coddle, he's just, pew, pew, 52 right click onto player.
I mean, it's maybe going to make a difference though in terms of the Dominator actually getting some farm up here. That's what they'll be hoping.
But I feel like if you rotated this Lich to the top lane and then put the oh wow, Sand King actually missing his bottom Burrow Strike. Everyone's taking a lot of damage over on the side of 5th Band Tinker. This EU solo team, they're ready for first blood. They want to just go after it. But I feel like putting the Lich in the top makes their tri-lane very inefficient, honestly, because Medusa's not... I mean, Medusa doesn't really rely on that 6, but they're all going to level very, very slowly. And Lich, of course, being able to put some Frost Armor onto the Faceless Void will allow him to get more last hits as well and be a little less scared of what they've got going on here.
I mean, the other option is just putting the Faceless Void in the offlane camp here and rotating the support.
I would not do that because you'd be giving free farm to Medusa. That's never a good idea.
I mean, she shouldn't have problem farming this lane anyway.
But any pressure you can put on her will be really important. It'll make it so that way she can't focus quite as hard on getting those last hits.
Of course, if there's a mistake.
I really I'm not a big fan of just leaving the offlane open unless you absolutely cannot win that lane. Over here in mid, we're actually seeing Power having a bit of trouble here. He's trying to move around these creeps, but he's taking a lot of damage because the creeps were aggroing to him. So that's even more damage that he'll be taking as he tries to harass. Oh, meanwhile, though, bottom lane, T-Tors, Soap actually was able to kill Manly Man.
I missed that too. Yeah, just spin, I guess, and he doesn't have the range on Butter Strike to avoid it.
I mean, the slow coming out from the Lich is really, really important, especially paired with spin.
Moxie, always looking out for your supports.
Looks like in mid right now we're seeing that OD is currently leading last hits into nice 7 and 6 Death Prophet, not too far behind here though. Does not quite have a bottle yet. The OD has something coming out to him. Let's see, what is this? It's gonna be his brown boots.
I think OD just crushes this lane.
Well,
Or shoot. I think he should crush the lane.
Well, notice he's coming very, very forward here. He needs to be very careful. Again, there's a Spirit Siphon coming out here. Gonna be able to go ahead and throw her into the Astral Imprisonment. He's been very aggressive. Odie designed to really win his lane in any case. So I don't think he's gonna have too much of an issue unless anyone kind of rotates on him. But again, he's got that Astral Imprisonment. He's gonna be able to get out probably just fine. No mana left on this poor Silencer. Oh my goodness.
Medusa is farming, but she's taking damage.
Well, she's not even, you know, she's got a tri-lane to protect her, but this Jug is just out-farming her right now. Only by, you know, 13 to 10, but...
The denies alone will make a huge difference. Like, no joke, 11 denies will make a massive difference in the Soft Lane Sand King's level progression.
I mean, Sand King is level 3 right now, and so is this duo lane over on the top. So, oh, this might be another kill over here. Another Burrow Strike gonna come out, will connect over onto Soap, and Manly Man's gonna be able to run himself away.
Bit of a skirmish too top, but just shaking fists at each other. No real.
Just some mild insults. Your mother wears combat boots.
Some angry penned letter.
Poor Silencer, he's never gonna have mana to do anything here, huh?
You just know this call is having so much fun right now.
Ugh, Coddle Picker.
I walk forward, I cast Mana Leak, I walk forward, I cast Mana Leak.
Yep, that's all he's gotta do. Double Damage Rune gonna get picked up over on the Death Prophet. She's sitting at level 5 at the moment.
Oh, he's in trouble here, he's not got regen on him, he might die. If he gets Mana Leak, they can kill him. Even just Snake.
Ice Path will come out. See, I'm not a huge fan of leveling Ice Path this early, honestly. I feel like you've got such better harasses. Oh my gosh. Bottom lane, Manly Man. Oh, the escapes are blocking Thrall. He's not going to be able to take him down. But they do lose the Lich in the process. And Manly Man going to go ahead and eat himself a tree. Because he came very close to death there. So a lot of action going on in this bottom lane.
I don't think Void can be up here. I think Void's going to die soon. He should just... he's got regen on the way, I think. Yeah, Self coming out for Void.
Troll running directly into Manly Man. He needs to be very, very careful. They've got phase boots over on him, and he's got spin. Yeah, he's gonna go ahead and spin here, use the phase boots, should be able to take him down, and Manly Man will go down. So almost all this action has been here in the bottom lane. A lot of skirmishes going on top, but...
It's all looking good for Jug at this point, so... He's gonna be having a fine mid-game, the way this is going.
Also interesting to note too, by running these duo lanes, we're actually seeing that Faceless Void has been able to get some CS here. He's sitting at 14 and 4, whereas the other off lane is only at 4. He's also behind on levels because he's gotten killed a couple times here. Did get one kill himself, but I don't think this is how they envision this lane going. Mid's been fairly quiet though. I'm actually really surprised about that. Death Prophet with the regen rune. Looks like she's going to be going Veil first item.
She has ulti now, so...
I would like to see her maybe go top and put pressure on this Medusa so they cut off that jungle so she can't farm quite as easily. Now they have a ward. I'm surprised they're not punishing Sand King over here. Like, they're just allowing him to get this camp. And he's already starting to catch up in CS just from this camp alone. Yeah, in control. He's looking for it. Gonna get a couple hits off. Do have spin. Might be able to get himself away though. I think they needed the slow coming out from Soap first. Dug himself into the trees. Troll's gonna go right past it. I guess he's expecting a Burrow Strike. We'll be able to get the bounty rune.
They don't see it.
This little Sandy King is gonna make it out.
Manly Man with a play. I can't believe they just didn't walk up that bit.
I'm surprised
I guess
too.
they thought he just...
But they allowed him to get quite a bit out of that camp, so
that was quite like a psychological play.
About that. Top lane, they're gonna try to slow down the Silencer. Oh, the Snake, there's a lot of damage coming out. In comes the Coddle, he's gonna leak his mana, and that's gonna be a kill for Coddle. Oh, and this could be a very dead Faceless Void. Okay, they missed the Ice Path, he's gonna be able to get out.
Very slow level progression from Void.
Well, I mean, he's got another person in the lane. They're having to be a little bit careful because they're constantly getting mana leaked. I think he's put regen out to himself a couple times now.
I'm just not sure you can win this lane anyway as Void. Like, the fact that he's got what he's got is good enough.
I still think they should have put the Silencer down here with the Jug. I think that would have been a little bit
I agree. I can't think of a harder lane for Void to be in anyway, so I think I would have just gone Iron Talon in the jungle. maybe.
Well, no. Again, if you put the Lich up there, we actually ran this in one of our games. You put the Lich up in that area. I think we had an axe though. Was it an axe? Oh no, I don't even remember our own drafts. But if you put the Lich up there, you're denying experience from the Tri-Lane, which is already splitting the experience 3 ways. You've also got that ice armor, which is going to be allowing Faceless Void to be a little bit more aggressive. And of course, you've got an extra nuke, so you can kind of slow people down. We've got... What's going on here?
That is true.
Looks like Death Prophet is having a stare down with Sipsap here. OD has DC'd.
They could rotate the Lich now, it might make a difference, because I think Jug could probably handle the Sand King. At this point.
Jug is he 6? Yeah, he's past 6, so yeah, he could definitely handle a Sand King. That's not an issue for him. Still gonna be a little bit difficult just because of the fact he's got Caustic Finale, but you know, he's got the Healing Ward, so he's gonna be able to sustain himself in lane and be able to push out lanes and then just do a farming pattern over onto the other camps here. I love that EU Solo Draft 3 has these banners that they made up, like they actually look really nice. I'm surprised they didn't pick like an actual name. But I like it, I like it. So let's take a look at item progressions here. Looks like our OD is going to be going for drums for some stats. Death Prophet is going to get her boots soon. Medusa has got her Aquila. She's going to be finishing up that magic wand. She does have a mango, which is a little interesting. She does have a coddle to give her mana, but...
I suppose it's made a difference in the last set. She's quite behind.
Yeah, Jug is definitely in the lead here, 46 and 16. And Death Prophet actually just gonna make her way back to mid lane now. She knows that they've already seen her. Jug going deep here. Oh my goodness, he was diving that tower. He really wanted Manly Man. Top lane, Faceless Void just has absolutely no mana. Mid lane, oh, what's going on over here? They are standing in 2 different opposite sides of the river. They pop both of their Fairy Fires. OD does not have a Force Staff yet. He's having a lot of trouble dealing with this Death Prophet. She's got another Spirit Siphon coming out as well. Might be able to nuke him down. He's going to be able to throw himself in.
Doesn't
work.
It doesn't work.
Jakiro tried. I don't think she's got quite enough though to take him down. He will be able to get out.
Wait, did that stop some of it? Did that stop the damage or something, but it was still linked?
No.
No. I feel like OD could have maybe just fought her there.
That was a really nice... well, I think he was getting very, very low. I think the other thing is that she just didn't have enough mana to go ahead with the Crypt Swarm. Otherwise, I think she could have taken him down. Sand King just nonchalantly walking his way through mid. That was a nice rotation coming out from the Jakiro, though, especially because, you know, they were both on opposite sides of the river for a minute. But again, they're letting Troll just get free farm here, and that's never what you want to do. You never want to
Here
let
comes
the safe
Sand King,
laner.
though. I would have probably leveled ulti if I was Sand King. Don't think it's worth holding it.
This is a very... I think they go on the Silencer, honestly.
They can stun both.
Yeah.
Just line it up.
Oh, but the rotation coming out from Death Prophet, she's gonna come in here, gonna probably be able to get a kill. There's the disengagement ulti like I talked about. She's popped her own ulti, which is, oh no, now she's turned into stone.
Still can't attack her though, because the ghost will hit.
The ghost will, yes, but this is gonna take up more time that they could be using for hitting this tower with this particular ultimate.
That's a good point.
And now Medusa doesn't have this now to defend the tower.
You know someone I always like thought was ridiculous is Medusa's ulti's not on the biggest of cooldown. It's always surprising that it's always up.
Well, it's really good for disengaging. It's very good for this particular draft. There is no mana over on this Faceless Void. He's not running it out of here at all.
They can totally fight this. They need double team.
Here. And he's actually just going to throw himself in the Astral Imprisonment, just wait it out a little bit. So that's 4 heroes now that are top. We don't have an ultimate over on the Silencer quite yet. We don't...
Troll is taking this tower, so...
Here on this Faceless Void. And they actually spot out that Jakiro's not there, so now would be a great time for them to strike. If only they had enough mana for this Chronos.
Is he gonna ult? Oh, Troll, I think you can fight that, dude. Maybe. There's support coming in, though.
Now without the OD, they definitely can go for a fight. Would like to see them play up now that they've seen 2 TPs. Or at least seen the Jakiro not with the Medusa. Now's the time to strike. In comes the Coddle and the Jakiro. They're returning. They don't have the Lich anymore. Jug needs to be careful. He's kind of playing a little in the danger zone here with these 2 different heroes down in the bot lane. They ping him out. He's just gonna retreat behind the tower. Meanwhile, mid, Death Prophet gonna nuke down this wave. Does not have ultimate up quite yet.
I think they can fight this bottom.
Interesting that the Death Prophet actually went for treads. That's not a...
They need detection die. They can't fight. Because the Sand King can just Sandstorm. You can Sandstorm away from Lich ulti and the Juggled.
Mana Leak getting used over on top lane. We're gonna see that play. Oh, that Snake does so much damage. He needs to be very careful. The Mana Leak just gonna wear off though. Player will be able to get out alive. Meanwhile though, Death Prophet in a lot of trouble here. There's the orb, there's the stun, and that's a very dead feed squad. Nice rotation. She was able to get the tower though in the meanwhile. So that's, you know, 2 towers that are going over to the side of 5th Fan Tinker, and this is an objective-based game, so... I say, honestly, like, Void, just go home, get some mana, group up with your team, get a smoke, and, go put pressure on this Medusa.
Yeah, they should just, like,
because you don't want to, yeah, you don't want this to go to late game. You've got Chronosphere at this point. You should use it. You might not have all the damage, but you definitely have a Chain Frost and a Death Prophet ultimate, so...
Man, that Snake hurt. I don't know why there's TPs coming, because they can't fight this with no mana on the Void. He's picked up his Perseverance, so... Chronosphere is coming, but it's gonna take a while.
On an offlane Void, they're gonna run the... Okay, interesting.
Yeah, it's an extremely slow build-up, getting casual Perseverance.
I would prefer to see him go for like the Vlads, let his team fight early. Again, they don't want to let this go too late with a Medusa. They're just gonna get kited to death. The Death Prophet will fall off. Again, Mana Leak coming out. He needs a stick or a mango or something on this boy.
Yeah, stick would be really good.
He does have enough for Chronosphere though. They are gonna use the bottle. They've got the ghosts up and running, so I think this is the time. You go in there, you get a nice Chronosphere. You're just gonna run around a macro pyre. Oh my goodness, player, please be careful.
This tower.
Now is the time.
Fortification.
Death Prophet gonna get Mana Leaked here. Oh, there's a Chronosphere. It's only gonna land over onto, oh no. And immediately in comes the Silence. Silence is just a little bit too late. Might still be able to take down the OD. OD just barely gonna make his way out. Oh, but the Chain Frost is gonna be able to bounce over into the background here. And now they're still giving chase over onto the Medusa. These ghosts are just traveling behind her, but they're not gonna be able to quite close the gap. And ghosts are now over. Silencer is very, very hurt. There's not enough mana over here onto Feed Guard. He's gonna come back in. They might be able to get a return kill here over onto the Sand King. One more hit will take them down. That's some int going onto the Silencer. Meanwhile, Troll taking bottom tower.
Yeah, Troll's loving this. Thanks for all the space, guys.
Yep. That's what his team's supposed to be doing for him. Net worth right now, we're seeing that Jug actually leading 6.6k, and next up is the mid 4.8k on the Death Prophet.
Like, it's so close, but it's in danger of becoming not close.
This poor Jakiro is so poor. He just got his brown boots. We'll be able to get himself a regen rune though. Yeah, I think a magic wand or a mango is an absolute must on this Faceless Void. I'm not sure why he's also sitting on his strength press. Like, maybe shift those around when he's using spells or what have you. Death Prophet actually coming top. I guess they really want this tower. She does not have ghosts available though, so I think it might be better.
They don't have Chrono either, so this is a bit of a weird rotation. Yeah. Maybe they're just making more space. Maybe Jug's called for space or something.
That's possible. Maybe they just really, really want this tower. And
pressure the Dusa to do. Like, that's their jungle safety net. So if they get that tower, then...
Well, it's pretty difficult to push against a Coddle. Granted, Coddle is not maxing Illuminate, but he's doing enough damage with the Sand King too, and Jakiro being able to just push out waves. Bounty rune over here. Lich gonna be able to maybe secure it. They're gonna chase the OD away from it. And it looks like OD's going 4-step as his next item. He's just gonna go ahead and TP himself out. He wants nothing to do with this. Top lane, they use Macro Pyre, they've used Ghosts, but they
have Chrono too. Chrono's up.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Void is...
They need a wave. They'll probably go here. They've only got 2 heroes. They need to rotate. There's 3 heroes bottom. They could be here for this fight. I think they need...
Oh boy, he's got the Chronosphere off, but immediately he's gonna get stunned up. He's gonna get taken down by the OD, immediately followed up by another Burrow Strike. Solo just doing a great job in these team fights. In comes the Jug though, he's gonna try to get a return kill. He does get one over on the side. Manly Man now in a lot of trouble. The spin's gonna come in. He's gonna be able to slow him down. That Ice Path's not gonna do anything. Silencer coming forward here. And the Medusa though, in the background. And of course, everyone away.
Tennis Chill timed that Ice Path so perfectly that Faceless Void chronoed and immediately couldn't get inside it. That was because of the Jukiro.
You can't lead with ghosts. Because the second that you pop ghosts, they're all going to run themselves out and they're going to be just getting ready for the attack.
It like forces the fight.
Well, they need to lead with Silencer ulti or they need to lead with the Faceless Void chrono. There's just no way that you can lead with Death Prophet Ghost because if that goes wrong, you've just wasted ghosts. Troll has his Battle Fury. Looks like he's going to be going for... I'm guessing, I mean, there's a couple things he can do with this Blade of Alacrity. He can go Yasha, he can go Manta, he can go Diffusal. I'm guessing it's going to be a Diffusal Blade, though, considering they have a Medusa.
Faceless Void going back for the rope of the magic guy. So he's going Vlad's now.
Okay.
Really don't like that idea. Like
Casual Perseverance.
Which is notably one of the worst items you can buy in early game because it offers you nothing in terms of stat.
Maybe he was thinking he wanted to go Battle Fury and then realized like, okay, he's just tanking these creeps.
I just hope he didn't get it because he wanted the regen.
I'm not sure.
I honestly thought that was Lincoln's, like just a flyer Lincoln.
Right now this Jug is just miles away from all the other,
This Jukiro is very poor.
people here in terms of net worth. 9.6k running on this Jug. Next closest is 6.2 on his teammate. And the Medusa is at 5.6k. She's just not having the best of luck farming here. 2 smokes picked up over on the Coddle. They need to be making a little more space for Medusa. She has moved herself down to the bot lane though, going to be able to take advantage of this wave that's been pushed up. Lich is in the danger zone. I'm not sure why he's so forward here. I guess they're looking for an engagement. He's gonna be able to place a ward over here on the side. Mana leak getting used. Like they're too concerned about it. In comes the OD. Meanwhile,
do you think it would be better if they just had the Medusa bottom defending the tier 2 against the Jug?
The Medusa is already bottom. What are you talking about?
No, but like earlier, they would have definitely lost the tower sooner, but maybe it'd be more worth it to just have the time on Medusa farming.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Anytime that, you know, you've got multiple heroes, like, putting a lot of pressure onto your, going top lane.
Ashes.
There's the Chrono. They should be able to take down the OD here. Play in the background. He is, like, tanking this tower. They do have the Chain Frost up and running as well. In fact, if I were Lich, I would pop it. But they need to turn themselves around. They're going to be turned into stone. Troll's turning himself around right now. Macropyre will get used. Going to split up the fight over here. And it looks like now Faceless Void is going to get taken down.
He ate a lot of that and nothing happened to do so with the other 3 heroes. I think this fight is over.
I think Lich just held onto that Chain Frost way too long.
Yeah, the fight got split up too, so...
Well, no, because there was a perfect opportunity. Is Soap gonna make it out of here alive? I don't know. He's got Burrow Strike. I think he's gonna, yeah, he's gonna go down. Meanwhile, Death Prophet, not sure what Death Prophet was doing. Would have liked to see her maybe push the mid if she's not gonna fight with her team. And
honestly, the problem was the positioning here with the Void, I believe. Because it separated the fight perfectly for 3 heroes to go for Void, while Dusa kinda just was here alone and no one attacked her.
Well, what I would like to see is that if we go up here to this top tower, we saw a TP, we saw several TPs actually coming in. There was a hero here, hero over on the side, and then of course Silencer in the back. I'm not sure why Silencer was all the way back, but we got a Chronosphere here. Would have liked to see the Chain Frost get thrown in the second that that TP was coming in because, it might have canceled the TP, which would have still been a really good thing for them as well. But it would also have gotten lots of bounces. He just held on to that just a little bit too long, and I think that fight could have gone a lot better.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that was like an overextension.
This is a weird item progression on this OD too. He's finished up the Force Staff and Drums and is just now going back for that Dragonlance.
Yeah, I can accept that.
I mean, they're not bad items. I'm just surprised at the way that they progressed. Coddle is now in the danger zone here. Troll gonna come forward. Does not quite have the Blade Fury. Will get mana leak. He needs to be very careful because I'm sure the rest of the team gonna try to back him up here. And he's working really hard on this defusal. In fact, I think this is the defusal coming in now.
I think that's wise.
Yep, there's the defusal blade. Might be a little greedy, just kind of hanging out here. He knows that there are other people nearby. He shouldn't just assume Coddle is the only one here. Mana Leak will get used again. He'll go ahead, spin himself away from it.
Oh, that's nice. It's time to get in Vision. Let's go back in. Here we go. Juggle D online. Diffusal online. They've got a sentry though. It's gonna be fun.
They don't have a
When's
sentry
it gonna
here.
Here we go.
Oh no, they do right there. Sorry.
Wait a sec.
We'll be able to clean up the Sand King. The
that's
Epicenter's off though. Gonna be able to spin himself out. Might be able to make it. Yep, in comes the Frost Armor. He needs the rest of the team to kind of back him up. They've got the Chain Frost.
Use drums.
And they're gonna be able to disengage.
Totally gonna pop up the drums there.
Looks like the Death Prophet and the Silencer want to go for some sort of a jump over here onto the Medusa.
How tilt-worthy is that? So they can't shim out the Jug perfectly with two heroes here. Sand King's like, right, fine. I have the jump. And Void and Jug lives. And Sand King dies. I don't know. I'd be pretty pissed off. Tenant still just making it.
Looks like Troll is going to be going for what looks like a Yasha next item. He's dropped his poor man's shield. He's picked up another Blade of Alacrity and a TP. Pretty important.
Faceless is going defusal too.
Spin will get committed here.
Would he start to hit hard though?
Lich has actually picked up a mech now. And the Death Prophet has completed her Yule. So looks like there's going to be a skirmish here in mid. What's happening here?
Oh, that's not worth it. No one's there.
Yep, no one's there to give any damage. This is not the play Faceless Void.
The Dominator. No.
Dominator, please.
Right.
Yeah, that's a huge victory for the side of EU Solo.
He just forced that way too much. He saw the opportunity and was like, oh my god, there's Solo, I can chrono. But he didn't check where his team was.
There was
He didn't find if he had his team behind him.
Well, exactly. Well, now they know over on the side of EU Solo that there's no more Chronosphere. There's nothing that's gonna... Oh, wow. That's the Hurricane Pike up and finished. Death Prophet will go down without even being able to take out her ulti. Troll now is gonna have to run himself back. This is just definitely a disengagement here.
What a great fight for EU Solo.
Down. They can definitely re-engage. Play is gonna get caught out over on the side. Manly Man Miniature Ravage coming out. Beautiful play coming from him. And there's the hammer getting dropped from OD, and Lich will be the last man standing.
Why do they call it a hammer?
Because he holds a hammer.
Is he?
Kind of.
There is no way that is a hammer.
I don't know, man. That's just what they say. I don't know if it's something
That
left
is
over
a
from Dota 1. But yeah, they call it dropping the hammer. Tier 1 down. They have, again, this is the thing that I was concerned about with the 5th Man Tinker draft, is that they're so dependent on ultimate cooldowns. And now they don't have Lich ulti, they don't have Faceless Void ulti. They don't have
nice to watch
Death Prophet
works.
up. Yeah, that's a very dead Void. He's just made waffles of now.
This is huge. How much these gold swing?
Pretty big.
Yeah, it's back to even
Tinker
now.
was very much in the lead with 7.5k, and now it's headed right back down towards EU Solo.
This all came off the back of the Faceless Void just forcing one bad ultimate there. Two towers and
might be a little bit too, yeah. Getting a little too excited there.
It was a great fight, though, coming out from ESD number 3.
Well, the Hurricane Pike with the mana leak is just so dirty.
Yeah.
Like, you think you have mana? Nope. They smoked up.
Faceless
Void
is just so reliant.
This jug down here. This is a lot of space for Dusa too. Dusa's almost completed her.
He can't TP either.
In comes Troll. They're able to just immediately go ahead, stun him up.
He can ult them
try
here.
to just run himself away. He's gonna have to try to get out. fact, that's exactly what he does. He's hoping to take down the Jakiro. We'll be able to get it. Macro Pyre, though. Another stun. Beautiful play coming out from Manly Man here. And, Silencer...
Do you reckon he could have lived, or do you reckon, like, he was left with the only option just to ulti?
Oh, no, he wasn't going to make it out of that. He didn't ulti. Silencer didn't ulti.
No, the Jug.
Oh, the Jug? I don't think he would have made it out. Nope.
Yeah, probably the right decision.
He was able to take down the Jakiro at least and get the experience for it, but...
It's not as if the Jakiro's worth much.
Better than nothing. Better than dying without a kill.
Yeah. Consolation prize, but the gold is fairly, it's fairly changed. So D's creeping up.
Yeah, well, I mean, like we said, Fifth Man Tinker was in the lead, and now it's gone over to the side of EU Solo.
Yo, they can kill this. Oh no, there's 2 men.
This is...
They need to rough.
I'm not sure why these two are pushing alone. Not really the best at taking towers.
I mean, if nobody's pushing and there's a free tower, then...
Well, at least they forced TPs. They're able to get themselves out, which is a pretty big win here. Medusa can safely farm her jungle knowing that they're not going to be immediately showing up to the top lane. And again, it looks like... Does she have her... Yeah.
She's going Manta style.
Yeah, she's got Mountain.
No,
I'd like to see her turn on that Aquila.
Triggers.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as you mentioned that to me, I've noticed it so much more, though.
I feel like a lot of people, either they forget or they just don't know that, you know, turning on your Aquila while you push, it gives you an extra hit on the tower. It's definitely worth it.
I mean, I'm sure they know, they just probably forget. I know I do.
This is the most interesting... This is very interesting to me, the fact, like, he's got the Hurricane Pike, that's definitely been working out for him. But instead of going, like, more traditional OD items... It
really doesn't
actually...
help anything here, there's not much that's single target.
Yeah, I would like to see him rather go for... Well, even, like, I guess that's...
What does it really target, though? It just targets items,
Oh, Faceless Void in a lot of trouble here. They're going to immediately setting him up. There's a beautiful silence coming out, though. Should be able to turn this back around. Lots of ghosts coming out. Manly Man should be able to get taken down, but oh, he's going to actually make it out alive. What is this nonsense? In comes Stroll. Oh, this is very, very bad for him. He's got Omni Slash, but he's just stunned up. And they've got the Lotus Orb up and running over on the OD again.
That's a great chrono.
Meanwhile, top lane. Medusa able to take their tower.
She's actually got a point booster as well as her Manta style.
Scotty, I'm guessing.
Yep.
That's the next
She
item.
is doing pretty well for items now.
And this is something we see that happens a lot in amateur tournaments, is the fact that you'll see these teams take a lead early, and they don't really press their advantage. They start taking fights where they're not all together. They start to spread out a little bit too much or spending just too much time on farming. And eventually you're going to see these... Huh?
You're definitely speaking about my pub.
Oh. But you definitely start to see the other team being able to catch up, which is why you see a lot of picks like Spectre, Medusa, like really late game carries, because they know a lot of the times that people won't press their advantage and they'll be able to make it late into the game where these carries just become really devastating. Because this Medusa had a terrible time in lane up top. Like, she wasn't getting a lot of farm, she wasn't getting the CS that she wanted, and now, you know, her team has bought her so much time. She's got items and she's
done the right
thing. Bigger.
She's like avoided bad fights and just farmed when she can. So.
This Ag Speed on Coddle is huge too, because they can definitely start sieging high ground. If they get an Aegis and they go in the daytime, he's just going to be able to keep healing them up non-stop, pushing in these waves, and there's not much that they can really do about it.
What's the thinking behind the Manta on Medusa, like, in general? Is it just because her illusions are really tanky?
Well, I mean, that's going to allow them to just go ahead and siege. She can just go ahead, pop the Manta, send them forward with the Coddle, kind of throwing out laser beams on top of that. They don't really have anything that... Oh, it can destroy the silence coming out from the Death Prophet. It's not really the greatest. But again, you know, it gives her some nice stats. And again,
soak up some of the juggle.
That too. Looks like they smoked up over on the side of the Radiant here. Troll is not privy to the smoke, apparently, but they might be able to catch out an OD over here. I'm surprised no one's used
it. It's like they're going for it. They're going straight towards the timing of it.
They don't have lads, so they can't really roche unless they want to use the ghosts and just throw
They're going to think they're in it.
No. Yep, they will use Ghost and they'll go with
They just checked it too. Really unfortunate.
Again, no blast on anyone here. I guess.
Worth using Ghost for this?
Who do they put this Aegis on? I mean, unless they throw Void like front center, let him just get totally snapped on.
No,
and
this
then
goes in
comes
Death
back
Prophet.
up. That's a terrible idea. That is a terrible idea because Death Prophet is her ulti. Once her ulti is down,
That's more true than that.
I would much rather, you know, out of all these people that are in there, I would rather see the Faceless Void take it, have him go really far forward, let him get taken down, and the second that he comes back up, go in for the Chronosphere. Because then, you know, a lot of their ultimates are down or whatnot, they've expended a lot of mana, you can let the Death Prophet then jump in from behind with the Ghost and the Silence. I do not like Death Prophet with this. I do think it's a smart idea, though, to pick up the BKB. They have a lot of magic damage, and that's going to make OD not be able to do much of what he'd like. I'd like to see the same thing picked up maybe on the Faceless Void and the Jug. I think that's pretty important. Most
It's a great
of the damage,
BKB game.
except for the Medusa, is going to be magical or negated by BKB.
Yeah, it's a really good BKB game. Probably for both teams, actually.
Not really, no.
What? Lich ulti?
Lich ulti
Silences.
well, I mean, if Faceless Void grabs, if he gets a good Chronosphere, BKBs aren't going to help them because of the fact that, oh boy, there's 2 wards right there. They're going to be immediately
Items
Ward.
and Death Prophet spells and...
They've also got the Medusa ultimate, so they can just go ahead reset any sort of fight that they get into.
Oh, that's true. They can reset BKB if they can beat one out then, essentially. Yeah, they could just wait till they BKB and then just use Stone Gate. Might discourage people from buying BKB.
They need a BKB no matter what. They just have to be smart and turn themselves away, and they just have to be very careful with this engagement. Again, Medusa, she does have the Mantis, so you can't even pop the Silence on her. I think you just need to grab her in the Chrono. And they've used a smoke up over here. They don't have any aggressive wards, though, so I'm not sure where they're planning on going.
They need to lead with a Void.
And they're going down onto the low ground, which is a little bit scary here. Would have liked to see them. Oh, they know Coddle's here, though. They saw the laser beam. Oh, boy. Sip sap.
The dead horseman.
Yep.
Bye, Gandalf.
Euls will get used. Global might have been a bit much here. Would have preferred to see them maybe hold on to that. I think Silencer just got a little too excited when he saw those TPs coming in and panicked. They still have the ultimate, though, over on Faceless Void. They have the ultimate over on the rest of the team except for Silencer, though. But again, this is very scary for them because they need to make sure that they grab Medusa in this Chrono, or else she's just going to reset.
If they don't win this fight, what else are they going to lose? Like, they lost 1 fight and they lost 2 towers. So they really can't fluff this.
And they actually go ahead, they use the Ghost here, so again, this is the reason why I'm not super keen on the Death Prophet having this Aegis, is because now that the Ghosts are down, if she gets killed, she's not going to have anything other than, you know, maybe the Silence. Crypt Swarm's not that great of a spell. Spirit Siphon's pretty good, but again...
They just TP out, they have Ghost. What? Okay, now I'm committed to saying that's a waste. I thought it was fine if they just pushed with it, because it was... They had duration left on it.
They have Aegis too, I'm surprised that they backed like that.
Yeah, I feel like that might bite them in the butt. Because Medusa's got a fully complete Scadi now. And she hasn't turned on the ring of Requiem Moxie, so you'll be happy to know about that.
Well, she's not pushing, so I guess I can understand a little bit more right now, but...
Nice stack as well here, she's gonna...
Is this the Lincolns on Faceless Void? What? No, dude, get a BKB.
It's like a really bad Lincoln's game as well.
Yeah, no, this is not the pick Tominator, I don't think. Just because of the fact that, you know, they've got... I think he's thinking mostly of the Mana Leak, like how much he hates that spell, and let's face it, everybody hates it. But, you know, you've got Mana Leak, you've got stuff coming out from Jakiro, you've got the Burrow Strike coming out from Sand King.
Like you said, BKB.
Much to pop it. BKB is so much better in this situation.
I mean, I knew he was going that item when he had the casual perseverance, I just didn't know when he would get it. Then I thought he might not complete it.
I'm gonna guess that this is either gonna be a,
Can't say I'm surprised, but don't like it.
is over here on the OD. Double smokes on. Well, why does Jakiro's? He's got 2 smokes on him. Oh, because one was picked up by a different hero. He does not need to dedicate 2 slots to smokes, I don't think. They're gonna go ahead stack this for Dusa. Or yeah, she's got it. Okay. Lich is in the danger zone up here. They don't.
I think they're gonna push with this Dusa after she finishes this. And at that point, I'm really not sure they can fight into her. Jug has plenty damage, but
they've got so many wards in this jungle. They have so much int on them, like intel.
That's a diaspora wording, that is. Fanatical.
It's important, man. Vision. But they have a smoke actually over on this Jakiro and the Sand Kings. They'll be able to re-engage from a different angle here. Sand King Manly Man will get pointed out though, and they do have a ward over on the side. They're gonna see that he's sitting in the background here.
This is so dangerous from him. He should be back with his team.
Well, I mean, this is a huge teamfight ulti that they really kind of need him to be there for. He doesn't have a TP on him either. Looks like they're just gonna kind of split up though.
Please buy TP. I think he thinks he's being followed. Yeah.
It's alright, he's got Blink, he's gonna be able to TP himself out. But now he's gotta make his way back to his team. Which becomes the other issue here. Aegis actually was flame too, so they didn't get anything with that.
Do you think there's a window on the draft? Do you think they're on a timer here with this Dusa?
I mean, it really depends because you've got room to grow over on the Void if he wants to go more into a carry build. But okay, it comes the BKB, the Chain Frost. There's the Chronosphere coming in, but oh no, Dominator! He's just standing in that macro pyre. He's gonna get taken down, and now oh no, Troll's in a very bad situation here. BKB again.
Oh, he's
on the Death
spawning.
Prophet. Gonna try to run himself out here. He's got the Spirit Siphon. DP is up in the front lines here, but she's just not gonna be able to do enough damage. She's able to take the tower at least, so that mission is complete, but DP will get taken down. Oh, look at this Jakiro. He's very lucky to still be alive, and Kana will actually just go ahead and heal him up. So let's look at the buyback status. We do have buyback over on the Death Prophet, but again, she's already popped that ultimate. So she's not going to be able to quite contribute that much to this high ground defense.
And now Medusa's got 4.2k network gold on her, so...
There's no buyback on the Lich, there's no buyback on Silencer, neither of them have their ultimates, and again, that was what I was worried about with this particular draft, is they're very cool.
Here we go.
Oh boy, rapier time. I like
it might not be though, it might be crits.
And Troll is very forward here, he needs to be careful. Go big or go home, Dusa. I know you want that rapier.
I kind of want to see her buy it, to be honest. I don't think it's the right...
She doesn't have enough yet for it. Because she needs the relic. Get it, girl. I believe in you.
I played a Dusa game recently and I was like, no matter how this goes, I'm buying a rapier at some point. Like, literally, even if it gets horrible farm, I'm getting a rapier at some point.
Is that your qualifications for winning? You have to buy yourself a rapier on Medusa?
It's just the item to buy, isn't it? Everyone buys it on Dusa.
That's the worst reason to... This is like when I say, what is it that moms always say, like, if everyone else jumped off a cliff, would you then?
Oh, I thought you were going to say this is why we can't have nice things.
I mean, that too. That's why you'll never be playing Dusa for us.
Feels bad, man.
Hey man, if you say, like, no matter what, you're buying a rapier, that's pretty spooky for us.
Pub game.
Roche will be respawning shortly. This might be to the Dire's advantage to take this. The Prophet actually walking in. Meanwhile, though, Dusa is still able to just keep farming, getting closer and closer to that relic. I think this is going to be a rapier.
I really hope it is. I really hope it is. Oh, I'm excited. She didn't die last fight, so why not?
It's very hard to kill her. She hasn't died at all. She's 2-0-6 right now. She's got a Manta. She's got the Stone Gaze for the disengagement here.
Uh-oh.
Oh
my god.
Ship's passing in the night. She's just...
Did you see the dog? She's seen like the porcupine, she's like, oh shit.
Maybe. Oh yeah, look, they're gonna try to re-engage over, but she should be able to run herself out. She's got mana shield up.
That is so unlucky, because I think Jug kills her. I think Jug actually
Void
just
in
kills
trouble down here in the bottom lane. Mana leak. There's gonna be the Chrono, though. They might be able to take this down again. Oh man, look at this. OD just barely gonna maybe save himself out. There's the heal coming out from Connell as well. He's sitting in macro power. He's gone ahead. He's popped that. Oh, he's gonna get taken down though.
Big kill.
Now Connell in a lot of trouble here. He mana leak the Death Prophet though. Should be able to disengage.
That's poor heroes. I don't know if they want to do that. They can certainly secure Roche now. So.
That's a huge kill for them, getting rid of the the OD.
Did you see this?
What about it?
This ward?
The
Did you see
ward's on
this?
top of ward? Yeah.
No, it's like I didn't know you could ward in there.
Yeah.
Does it see anything?
Not really.
No.
Medusa now in a little bit of trouble here. Gonna have to pop the Stone Gaze. Immediately gonna be able to turn around, use the Scotty, do some kiting. Look at the silencer. He's just gone. And he's so tanky at this point. Is Jug gonna get this kill? This is a huge deal if he gets this. Oh, and he does! 811 gold going over onto Throne.
Very good item to have on Juggernaut against the Medusa.
I like that.
His team are paying the consequences for it.
Bottom lane here, seeing a bit of a skirmish. Tominator and the Death Prophet gonna get taken down here. I don't know why they're not going together.
Yeah, time walk not used.
Oh boy, but Manly Man has made mistakes.
God.
Mistakes have been made. He will be able to get himself out though. That's a beautiful ice path coming out from Terrence. Gonna be able to save his booty here.
The Jug pick was pretty good this game, I think.
I'm not sure why they're all like. They really need to just group up. Roche is up and running though. Oh, and Chain Frost. Oh no.
That's why.
Has the Glimmer Cape though. Should be able to run himself out. He is mana leak though. Look at all the damage they put over onto him. They need one more stun. They don't have it unfortunately. Takira trying his best, but a little late now. So Medusa down.
Well, they should just do Roche.
This is
There's no way. There's absolutely no way the Jug can contest this.
Nope.
No way.
He needs to just run himself out. In fact, he's gonna get mana leaked immediately and have to back his way out. Would like to see. I guess I'm gonna throw this on the OD.
They're gonna try and fight this.
Manly Man is about to be in a lot of trouble here. Heal will come out. Lincoln's gets popped. More mana coming out. He needs to be so careful. If he gets bashed and then he does the stomp. Oof. Yeah, Manly Man running himself out here. I was about to say he ran away from the Coddle Beam, but it's not day anymore, so that makes sense. They're looking for this fight. They're looking for this Chronosphere. Are they going to be able to do this fast enough? The silence comes out. And OD is able to grab the Aegis just in time. He's thrown up the Lotus Orb here. Going to try to run himself. This is just going to be immediately needing to use this Aegis, though. And the rest of his team has run themselves away. They don't want to.
This should be a death. Immediate silent.
Oh! Sand King wanted to go in!
Well, if Sand King hadn't blinked in, that was a waste of a Jug ulti, but... Well, I guess it's worth it now.
Oh my goodness.
You reckon Troll's just like, oh, 2 heroes, awesome. Thank you.
So that's a dead OD with a wasted Aegis, unfortunately. They don't have Sand King up and running for this particular fight. They've got Ghosts up. And those are still going to be going for a little bit longer here. Macro Pyre will get used though, does a considerable amount of damage over onto the Lich. And they're going to try to push them off using the Coddle Blast. Jug just spinning, trying to chunk down this tower. They should be able to get it. In comes the fort though. Medusa standing nearby. She does have the Stone Gaze. We'll go ahead, pop it, use it over here, and immediately take away the... Oh man. Oh, beautiful Chronosphere coming in. They don't have the damage though. They don't have the Ghost. DP has walked into the Chronosphere as well. Oh, this is looking really bad for 50th Anchor now. Medusa's not even bothering to even look at this Jug, just gonna pay attention to farming up this wave. She's actually opted to go for an MKB instead of that Rapier. But I think that's the right call after seeing what happened to her in the jungle. They can't afford to lose a Rapier to the other team.
They can go Rapier still, so that's it, you know. It's still got that option.
But I think she's rethinking it now after that engagement in the jungle.
I think we just get one.
It's like OD is still having problems with his internet connection. He's doing a lot of work this game.
Yeah, he's really keeping them in it. Like honestly, if they just buy enough time, then Medusa's got this. I think it's dependent on the fights. Jug ulti has to come through onto the Medusa, because if that doesn't happen, then they don't really have much to do with her.
I would like to see this Faceless Void start building damage now. I mean, he's still holding onto a poor man's shield. I'd like to see him grab something, even if it's just like a Maelstrom or anything really. I think that's going to be really helpful because, again, Death Prophet, you know, she's got a lot that she can put into that Chronosphere, but this Dusa is just getting so tanky, so even if you Chrono her, you need more damage. Lich has his Chain Frost as well, but I just don't think Chrono's
I don't
doing
really like
enough
his
anymore.
items, in all honesty.
They have a gem, actually. I just noticed this over on the Jakiro, so they're going to be able to take down all of their vision, which is huge. And also, they're not going to be able to disengage using the Glimmer Cake. Wait.
Who do you think wins this?
Wow, I can't talk. Ah! I think at this point, I think it's over on the side of the Dire. This Medusa is fat.
Yeah, but if they have a really good fight, they can do it. Like, if
True.
Medusa's down and then... If they just coordinate their ultis, Chronosphere and Ghost together, that just has to happen.
Well, the issue you have with that is if you use the Ghosts for team fighting, and she's very, very low up here, that's pretty scary. I think she's going Octarine actually next too, which I like. I like that pickup for her. That'll give her a shorter cooldown on that ultimate. But, you know, you need pushing damage, and you need tower damage.
Have you seen 5th Band's Tinker's, like, flag?
Yeah, the Tinkerbell.
It's really worrying.
Oh wow, player now in a little bit of trouble here. Silence will get landed over onto Manly Man though. And they throw the Lotus Orb over onto him. They're ready for a push. I think they need Dusa though. Dusa needs to go with
Yep.
them.
She's got... Oh, she's going crits now. Come on, man, please. Please, for me.
Do it for the Ven.
It's probably smarter to go crits, to be honest.
I would agree with that.
It's not as fun, though.
She's not in the position where she needs a rapier yet.
Yeah, that's true.
Getting very, very close to this Octarine here for the Death Prophet. I would let her get that, but Void's gonna come in and do some farming as well. And they've got very little vision on the side of the Radiant right now. We've got this ward over here, up over on the eye spot. Nothing in their jungle, though. Oh, never mind, I'm sorry. They do have one here, but that's not gonna really help them. I'm not sure why Lich... Okay, Lich is actually throwing out a ward pretty deep over here on the side. I think it's a bit unlikely that they'll cut through over on the side. If anything, they'll probably come up the stairwell here, but more vision is always a good thing.
I think they should go for a play of some sort, try and get a pick off onto EST3.
Really?
Yeah.
I think they just defend. I think they defend and wait for them to bring the fight to them at this point. Unless they... I don't even know.
I know, it's tough. I just feel like it's not going to work if they just allow the Dusa to just farm whatever she wants.
That's the other problem, absolutely. You don't want to let the Dusa just keep farming, but at the same time, it's got to be one heck of a fight. They got to take down a couple players here in order to make this worth it if they use their ultimates.
Yeah, indeed going for a smoke play. Unfortunately, EST number 3 are all grouped up. Less than
That's
ideal.
good for them.
Well, if they can take the fight, but I'm not convinced they can. I don't think they can take a 5-on-5 and win.
I don't know why they're sending the Lich up forward first. That seems like not a great idea. Send the Void. Void gonna immediately find the Coddle here. I don't think you want to go for the Chronosphere. Gets a dash off immediately though. Nice silence, and now he's gonna find the rest of the team. Might be able to go. They force Troll forward. Go Troll, go! Mules will get used. The rest of the team standing nearby though. The problem with this fight is that they can't...
It's forced. It's completely forced. The creep wave's not there.
Creep. Yeah, look at the creep wave. It's all the way in their base. They're not going to be able to put any damage on the tower even if they win this fight.
They are recognizing that and TPing out,
Yeah,
so hopefully no one gets caught in the back line.
The rest of them need to leave. They can't be here anymore. Oh no. That's 2 people. Soap's going to get taken down. Nice Chronosphere coming in. They pop the ghost. Oh,
Troll's
the
not here. I don't
from
think they should do
the
this.
hero though. Oh my goodness. BKB gets popped over onto Death Prophet. She's focusing over here onto the
It's
Coddle.
not worth the coddle. It's not worth it.
Nope, and she's not even gonna get the Coddle. Oh! Whoa, that was very, very close. Did you see?
Yeah.
Just
Did he have
barely
in prison?
made it out.
He had in prison. All he had to do was in prison.
Well, because I think he was concerned about the Sand King. It looked like Sand King was gonna get that. In fact, I'm actually surprised that he didn't get that.
That is all down to the just a massive miscommunication.
Oh, they all need to leave. This is a bad fight for this Van Tinker. Jug immediately gonna get stunned up over here. Pops the BKB. Looks like he's gonna go back into the fight. Oh, the Ghost Scepter though pickup might be able to do some damage here over onto the OD, but again, he's just gonna get kited. Pops the Manta here. Oh, and there's the Imprison. He's not taking any chances this time. They're re-engaging over here, trying to save out the Silencer. DP coming back in. They pop the drums. Might be able to get a kill over onto this Jakiro. I don't know. Diffusal Blade will get used. Oh, another Yule's coming out. Sheepstick getting used from tower. That's a dead Jug. And now Manly Man, given the right clicks, given the ultimate actually to the Death Prophet, and of course the Silencer, they're going to be able to clean up.
Heck, it's making a huge difference in that fight.
Jakiro will go down though.
Really not convinced by the low sword pickup.
I don't know why Medusa's not pushing. Medusa, there are 3 heroes dead.
Well, Cottle's gonna down, we'll try. Maybe she just feels Jug can kill her, but I'm sure he can.
Looks like she's gonna go.
Oh, she's finishing her deadlift.
Yeah. I mean, again, they don't have to really push this. Like, she and OD are just such hard hitters, but I feel like whenever there's 3 heroes down, especially with like ultimates, you go push.
Yeah, but they're not on a timer.
I'm all about efficiency.
No, I get it. Yeah, they should definitely push, but it's maybe their rationale.
It looks like they're gonna push in the other 2 lanes. There's gonna be a TP coming in. Power is like very upfront and personal here. Needs to be a little bit careful. Rest of the team is standing nearby though. Gonna be able to provide some support.
That double force staff looks so good.
This Hex is like a huge deal though. That's a lot of CC. Troll just taking.
They just need really good chrono.
Push this to the face here. OD in a little bit of trouble here. He pops his This looks so ridiculous here. Sheepstick getting used. Oh, but in goes the Chronosphere. Should be able to get a kill over here onto the OD. Where's the rest of the team?
I don't know.
Macro Power coming out. Troll just standing in the middle of Macro Power here.
Well, they only lost the OD, so.
Yeah, but the OD is
not the biggest
huge part. Like,
Chrono down.
Global's down though. Chrono's down, and so is Omni Slash.
They can probably fight this then. If they just coordinate well enough.
Jug is actually at max level now, and he's missing 16 int right now.
Are you saying he's stupid?
No, I'm saying he's missing 16 int.
That must be fun to hang out with OD. You just like, over the course of like a couple of hours of hanging out with OD, you just become really stupid. Like gradually like unable to process thoughts.
That's why he lives on the astral plane by himself, because everyone else doesn't like how he makes them feel.
Yeah, it's like, dude, go away. I feel like an idiot when I'm around you.
I feel like him and Carl, Invoker, probably don't get along great.
Why?
BKB gets popped in the bottom. It's gonna be the Death Prophet trying to run herself out. And interesting, no MKB procs here at all. Save him. Roche is back up and running though. Macro Power will get used. Oh, Manly Man gonna have to run himself away here. And Troll, I don't think he wants to fight this. What's going on here?
Yeah, this is a very split fight.
Yeah, Coddle just casually de-warding in the middle of that fight.
That Van Tinker looking disengaged. Looks like they're gonna pay for it.
That Van Tinker, this is a dead soap. And that's gonna be free Roche. They don't have the Chain
Splat.
Frost.
Alright, well I think they just win because they have to do so now. I'm not even joking.
I mean, look how stacked she is. Look at the amount of damage she's putting out. She's incredibly hard to kill. The only time they killed her is when they did a solo kill in the jungle. And I don't think she's going to be really solo that much any longer. She's going to be fighting a team.
Yeah, I feel like the window's over. It feels bad to say that, but...
Odie's got the Aegis. We've got Cheese on the Sand King. Deuce is getting her boots of travel. Like
do you remember that moment top though? There was like a moment they could have pushed here and we said they might regret it. Well, maybe they will start to regret that now.
It's like the rest of the side of the Radiant gonna hang out in their base. They don't want to go out there. And like this gem on the Jakiro did just so much work earlier. Being able to pull down most of their vision so they don't feel safe going in their own jungle. Sand King has landed some pretty crazy burrow strikes in there as well, setting them up. Like, he's doing a great job as initiator here.
Aegis complete. Buyback on the Medusa. Just go, surely. Just push the lanes out and then finish the game, I think.
Interesting to note, though, during all of this, the Jug actually still has the top net worth. Scan gets used over on the side here. Tommy's going to be able to finish up these Ancients pretty quickly. So not much is going to come out of it. Odie should consider boots of travel.
I thought this might be a bit of a farm fest, but there's been a lot more action than I thought. Little skirmishes.
Your mic just went really weird. It went from you like sounding like you were in another room to like standing next to me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. It's just I just think it's funny. Coddle's actually got the gem now, and this is actually so huge because he's got unrestricted daytime vision. Hex will get used immediately over onto Tominator. If they can take him down, that's yeah.
No chrono.
Does he have buyback? Yeah, he does have
Should
buyback,
have buyback.
though. But he's gonna have to expend it to save this high ground.
They need to recognize this and buy back.
Yeah, he needs to.
There's no point in waiting.
No, because he needs to put it on cooldown as soon as he can, probably. They're looking at him over on top here. They've actually thrown out the ice path. I don't think they really want to go with it. Okay, BKB does get popped. They pop the silence as well here. Medusa standing nearby. A lot of her mana getting just eaten up. Gonna be able to go ahead, pop that Stone Gaze. Player will get taken down almost immediately. They drop the hammer over on the side. That's so interesting. They caught them right on the cusp here. And Odie will get taken down, but like you said, he's got that Aegis. He's gonna be coming right back up again. Go ahead, they mana leak over onto the Void. Lots of healing coming out from this Coddle. This Coddle Axe is just doing so much work here. Manly Man in a little bit of trouble. They've got the Lotus Orb up and running. They need them to turn around and just re-engage here and help. Nice blinding light coming out from Coddle. This is almost a dead Juggernaut here. And now Death Prophet, she's used the Ghost. She has absolutely no mana. Will get healed up though, but now she's a sheep.
Did they have the damage?
Buyback coming out from Dusa. I guess they want to finish this right now.
This is the play, yeah.
And they will be able to take down the Death Prophet. They don't have the ultimates up. They do not have Chronosphere. They're going to try to jump after here. And there's going to be a buyback coming up from Death Prophet, but she doesn't have the Ghost. Immediately the Astral Imprisonment comes out over onto Troll. This is looking not great for Fifth Tinker. They're going to try to put out as much damage as they can, but look at this Dusa. She's just hiding him for days, getting a double kill after buying back. And now another buyback comes out. It's going to be Troll this time. They're going to try to prevent these racks from getting taken. But that's a lot of buybacks right now, and there's a lot of ultimates that just aren't up and running. Sand King coming in. Oh, he's going to be able to get the epicenter off and around the back end here. Tominator in a lot of trouble. Going to have to go ahead and use his Q. They pop the BKB over on the Death Prophet here. She does not have Ghost up. She's used all of her Spirit Siphons at this point, but these bashes, the mini bash procs coming out from Dusa, just doing so much damage. They're going to be able to go ahead take another lane of Rex. They've got a Jug with no buyback. They've got a Death Prophet with no buyback. They've got no Chronosphere. They're just actually going to go for the win.
Yep.
That's
well played, but I don't think you can leave it this late with a Dusa.
And there's the GG call coming out from Troll. First game of the series going over to the side of EU Solo Draft number 3. What a mouthful.
Alright.
A valiant effort put out from Fifth Band Tinker. I think, again, a little bit of issues with the draft, just with the cooldowns. I think also they just let it go a little too late, because they had some really good momentum earlier, but they just let it go too late against the Dusa, unfortunately.
I reckon she'll be banned.
I reckon Coddle's gonna get banned. I think they're tired of of being Mana Leak nonstop. But we'll be back with game number 2, guys, so stick around.
내가 제일 잘 나가. 내가 제일 잘 나가. 내가 제일 잘 나가. 내가 제일 잘 나가. 제일 잘 나가. Oh my god. 누가 봐도 내가 좀 죽여주잖아. Right. 둘째 가라면 이 몸이 서럽잖아. Right. 난
How much money was on Dusa?
I mean, a Medusa, you can slow her down, you can make sure that you push early, which I think was one of the issues with Fifth Fan Tinker last game, is that they didn't really capitalize on the momentum that they had.
Yeah, there was a certain push top when we said maybe they should just try for racks.
Oh, but the omniscience. It's coming to us, man. That's actually a great pick considering that you've got a Witch Doctor whose ultimate is also physical. So you'll be able to pop that Guardian Angel and all of a sudden that Witch Doctor ulti not doing much of anything. Unless, of course, you get Diffuse Blaze. Maybe that's what EU Solo should change their name to, is no need for Diffusal Blades or something. I don't know, think of something clever.
This is the True Slacks effect coming out here. Instant.
No, because they had a Medusa last game, and they weren't concerned about Diffusal Blades either.
Yeah, that's true, but... I don't know, man. If Slacks can get to 5k in Omni, I'm sure it's a good pick.
And they'll let... Oh, man. They're gonna let Manly Man get Sand King again. He had some fantastic miniature Ravages last game. Struggled a little bit in lane earlier. In fact, that was probably the most action-packed lane, was the Sand King lane versus the Jug and the Lich. But he definitely made up for it later on.
Axe pick into
I love that
two
pick,
strength
though.
heroes. Pretty good against Omni, pretty good against Sand King. Call them out of Sandstorm.
Mm-hmm.
I like this.
So we have potentially the off lane for both teams and a support. So now what do we see here?
Power mids, offlaners, and we've got the offlaners.
I think this
Power
phase
mids.
you probably pick up your hard carry and another support, and then grab mid for maybe your last pick.
That's true, don't really want to give away the mid game just yet. Leave yourself open to game duels.
And we saw the OD was
Death
very,
Prophet
very
ban?
aggressive in mid lane, which I liked, but at the same time he was taking a lot of damage every time he went past the creeps and they aggroed to him.
PL
This PL
ban.
ban, they really hate PL.
Yeah, because Axe is pretty good against that, so... Do you ever like it when you get the same hero picked for you again? Isn't it just like a confirmation of you weren't terrible, here, have the hero again?
Hey man, I
That
got
was a nice
Oracle in
compliment.
both of our games.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go, that's like a massive compliment though, it's like, here, you were acceptable.
Honestly, I
Please.
just spent the whole game trying to KS Tugs' kills, let's be really honest here. My favorite was during our game. There was a moment where Pink Tops was playing Coddle, and he was very, very low. So I yelled out to him, I said, come here, I'm gonna heal you, I'm gonna heal you. And he was being cheeky, he's like, nah girl, I don't need no heals. Immediately power shot and just dead. I lost it, for a good, minute after that happened, I was just laughing into my mic nonstop, because I thought it was the funniest thing ever. It's like, you don't need no heals, huh? Alright, you strong, independent Coddle. Get wrecked.
Okay, we should have a meme for Pink Top's Cockle. Or something like that.
We've got enough memes on our team, we don't... I mean... I don't know, man.
I don't know, you don't have Classic Wise, you don't have Wise Bait.
Tugs and I have a word cloud of everything I tell him. I mean... It's getting
Deeply
bigger
disturbing.
and bigger and, meaner and meaner, though, at this point.
He collects all the messages you send to him and puts it in a word cloud.
No, I actually... there's certain phrases that I repeat nonstop to him. I didn't need to know that. And, oh dear God.
Like on purpose you do this, or like accidentally?
They're just involuntary. He'll say things and I'll be like, I didn't need to know that, Tugs. Oh my God. Nope. Nope. They're gonna get the Jakiro again for Sella. And the pick. Okay, alright. We got a Trolkopia Medusa here. He has a 100%
And they don't
win
have
rate.
any
with-
Diffusal Blade carriers yet.
Not
so-
yet.
Yeah, not yet. Anti-mage banned as well, so...
They go with the OD again, though. It's a bit of
Yeah,
a run
I mean,
back.
if it works, don't...
As Professor Pinktops would say, never give him a run back. because it
They're
worked
not going to
before.
get the deuce this time, though.
True. What else can we see them pick up? If they want to go late game, they could always pick up a Spectre. They can't pick up the AM, obviously. Jug is still in the pool, who also can build a Diffusal Blade.
They kept up with the deuce quite well, so certainly a hero that can keep up, but
They need something for mid game, or they need to anticipate taking it very late, which I don't recommend since the AM has actually been banned out here.
we have to remember it's going to be an axe awfully nice to do.
So probably
So-
a range. They could go for a Drow strat if they really wanted here, honestly. Drow
Oh,
comes
terrible.
on-
Come online before Medusa can do anything.
That's exactly what I was about to say. And also, pushes very, very early, puts a lot of damage with the OD, because, I mean, we watched, who was playing mid? I'm totally blanking right now. Oh my goodness. I want to say it was, no, Beans was their safe lane, right? Was it
Power.
or
It's
Terrence?
Power.
It was Power. Definitely, Power did a lot of work with that OD. He made a lot of space for the safe lane carry, so a Drow might not be the worst idea. The only thing they need to watch out for is, of course, the Axe call. But if OD is fast enough, it's not going to matter because Axe is going to be in a little astral plane bubble and not going to be able
It's still
to
like
get any.
next year
For who?
for 5th Band Tinker.
They go with the Jug, though. And they had the Jug last game.
Fine.
I think a
Open
Drow.
pick.
I think a Drow would be really, really good here, especially because you can put the Repel on her too. You've got a source of healing, and it's gonna come.
The
online
last
pretty
pick
fast.
completely decides how the game goes because they need either something to compete late game or something that's going to not compete late game and just wipe them early.
Still really surprised that we haven't seen anything like an Elder Titan get picked up here, or a Shadow Demon, because those are very currently in the meta. I'm wondering if they just don't have a player who plays those particular heroes.
They might just not rate the meta. Like, it's quite refreshing seeing these picks, to be honest.
This is true. It's nice. Although you do see a lot of Lion in this bracket. Lots and
Well,
lots of
it's
Lion.
tier
Every
last
game
year.
had a Lion, like an LD2. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it really dropped off in terms of popularity. I don't see many people favouring it.
Good. I'm tired of casting Lion games.
Yeah, taking a lot of time over this last ban.
Trying to think what 5th Band Tinker should pick up. I mean, they could get something like an AA. That'd be pretty good against the Omni Knight.
Could have been black.
Especially if Axe gets a nice call, that's going to put a lot of damage on them. And he's not going to be able to heal them back up again. My only concern with this Medusa pickup is that they don't have anyone really who's going to be making a whole heck of a lot of space, because Jug's going to need to sit in lane farming, Medusa definitely will be farming. Axe and Witch Doctor might be able to get some roaming going on and put some pressure down, but I don't know.
Telling you, this is the pick.
Yeah, this will determine a lot.
I think support next is fine. Just feel it's gonna have like a really easy time killing the OD. Can roam on the Sand King and jungle too.
This is actually pretty nasty too when you think about it. Omni Knight putting Repel on an OD early.
Nothing new there though.
This was an old Wombo combo actually, was the Omni Knight OD. Like, it just allows him to get so much int in these fights because they can't slow him down.
I've been seeing a lot more of it too recently.
Gross. I don't want to see that in my pubs, man. A Dazzle pickup, alright. So
I feel it's a bit too defensive, but that's one.
then
Oh, that is the one hero that can probably beat Medusa.
I'm not sure I like the Sven pickup. I mean, he's going to be able
We'll
to give his
see.
team a lot of armor. He's going to have an early BKB because of the Omni Knight. But I feel like if they let this get too late, Deuce is just going to kite him for days.
And Axe is pretty good against Sven as well.
Yeah.
Like 3 strength heroes and 2 int.
I mean,
Axe
it's
is
one of
gonna
those
have
things, though, too, that if, like, Axe jumps on Sven, as long as as long as Outworld Devourer is, like, far enough back, he's gonna be able to go ahead and astrally imprison the Axe, And Sven's going to be able to just have his way with the rest of the team, but I don't know. This is a little...
We'll find out.
Indeed we will. But anyways, guys, welcome. This is Requiem Autumn. This is game number 2 of EU Solo Draft number 3 versus 5th Van Tinker. First game of the series went over to EU Solo. I'm your caster Moxie, casting this with Ben today, and looks like we're gonna see them grouping up over here on the Radiant. So over here on the Radiant, EU Solo Draft number 3, we have Manly Man gonna be playing our Sand King again, Terrence Chill will be playing our Jakiro, Sipsap will be playing the Omni Knight, Power will again be reprising his mid as a Outworld Devourer, what an outstanding dude, and Beans, question mark, gonna be playing that Sven.
And on 5th Van Tinker, we've got Troll playing the Medusa. Not going to be playing the Juggernaut this time, that's going to be going to Playa. The Dominator on Axe, Soap on the Dazzle, and Feed... What is it? Feed Squad? On the...
Feed Squad. And they've got the smoke. Oh, this is... I don't like them going lower ground. I think they should always stay on high ground if you're going to go for a smoke here. They're going to run into the Axe. Immediately, Manly Man will find him over here in the corner. And I think if they had wrapped around, that would have gone maybe a little bit easier. They go ahead, they've got the stun. Another stun coming out from Manly Man here. This is going to be first blood. And now they know the Axe to call for his first...
I guess he was like, maybe it's just one hero, but there's no way one hero's going to be that far off.
And they'll be able to secure the top rune now for Power. Bottom rune will probably go over to Troll for the Dusa. Or not. What? Alright, well Soap, gonna be feeling pretty great right now. He's got... Are they aggro trying? Are they both aggro trying?
Oh, it's aggro trying.
Both of them are aggro trying. What is happening? Ben, what's happening? Is this some Europe thing that I don't get?
Nope. I don't get it too.
Okay, alright. Things are happening.
Axe is going to struggle though.
Absolutely. This is a very scary lane for him. Especially because he took call first.
Ooh.
Well, he had to in the jungle. Getting jumped.
Yeah. He's just going to get nothing out. Like, at this point, it's worth just going to jungle because he's just not going to get anything.
He can't jungle yet. Like, he took call.
Oh, that's true.
He doesn't have Helix.
They are going to make the rotation though to try and adjust.
I think that's a good call. Yeah, they're going to be able to put up the Witch Doctor. We'll help
I like to see the Dazzle come too. Dazzle's like built for tri-lane.
Poison Touch getting used over on Manly Man here. So there's the spin. We've seen this before. He's going to try to burrow strike himself away. Meanwhile, in mid, we're seeing OD and the Medusa fairly evenly matched up here. 3-4, 2-1. Sven having the time of his life, though, up here in top lane. There's not much that the Zax can really do. 7-2 currently.
Because they're level 2 now. So.
Yeah, so he's got Helix at least. That'll help out a lot in case he needs to just go off into the jungle. I don't know why they're keeping Jug down here. I don't really like this particular setup. I think it might be better to send him to... Okay, Bounce is going to come out over here on the side here. Axe will go for the call. We'll be able to grab the stun, but they just don't have enough damage quite yet. Oh, the heal bomb doing so much damage over onto Tommy, but so is that pure damage coming off from Helix. And this is a very difficult doctor.
Not the start you want to give the Sven.
Nope.
Shakiro got the kill, but...
That's experience.
Axe, no. No Axe, this isn't...
Oh, he wants to go over onto this Omni Knight, but he just doesn't have the damage. He's being just a little too aggressive here. Yeah, there's going to be another stun coming in. They solved up over here. Witch Doctor will be able to throw the Donker out.
The Donker?
That's what I call it, because it makes a donk noise. I guess somebody calls them coconuts, some of them call them bongos.
Bongos?
I call it donker. Because it gives them the donks.
Sounds sexual.
Only when you think of it that way.
I get people saying that a lot around me, just sighing.
Do I need to start a word cloud with you too, Ben?
No, you don't want to do that.
Just deep sighing noise. I like Power is being very, very aggressive here in the mid lane. He's been trying to just put a lot of orb harass onto this Dusa. Bottom lane, actually, Manly, getting taken down by the slow and the spin combo again.
Troll's just having the time of his life with Snake here. don't think OD's enjoying it particularly.
I mean, Mystic Snake is one heck of a spell, and he's actually, he's got a point in Split Shot too, interesting. None of the supports are stacking for him. I'm not sure why he went for Split Shot so early. Got a bit of a pull going on over here on the side. Matchup is still fairly even though, even though Power is having a little bit more trouble staying in lane. He's actually got a bottle, gonna be able to get himself the top rune, 4 minutes, but 14 and 5 and 12 and 7. And he's got an Invis rune actually.
That's kind of expected though, is it not, that OD loses that lane?
Probably with the way that Mystic Snake works. There's very few heroes that OD loses mid lane to. I mean, I'm not a mid player really, so I'm sure if we ask someone who plays mid a little bit more, they could be more definitive about it, but it seems like he would probably lose that. TP coming in here. It's gonna be Jakiro. No points in Dual Breath. I'm surprised about that. That's probably one of the best nukes in the game, like early on. It's a ton of damage.
I think 111's the right build, honestly.
Bottom lane. Oh, Manly Man trying his best to just give him the jukes. Gonna run in circles here.
He's
he
okay.
Can't get out. He's got Burrow Strike though. He will be able to
Oh
Burrow
my
Strike
God,
himself
the
out.
juke.
What a player here. And
Don't stay in lane
that's
though.
a lot of
Go
creeps
back.
that they actually missed out on here while they were chasing him around. So
Things have changed quite a bit up top. Spen's not enjoying the free lane he once was.
well, Axe has Tranquils now, so he's going to be able to be a little bit more aggressive because they've only really got that mini stun coming out from the Jakiro to hold him in place. Besides the Stormhammer, but Sven's going to want to conserve his mana.
Especially against an axe, you think you'd want points in Jobra. Slow super nice.
I think it'd also be pretty good for Sven because he's so mana dependent to grab himself like a stick or a mango just to hold on to it in the meanwhile, in case he needs it.
I think they can kill that. Just stun and then Omni.
Omni is... Where's Omni going? Where are you going,
He's
Barry?
going ham on the Switch Dog. He
Zip
does not
zap!
want him to have the clarity.
Feed Squad! What's happening? They're like in their own little mini battle over here. He does manage to cancel the clarity, but he was pretty much had all the mana that he needed. Okay, in comes the oh, the donks! The donks! Oh, look at that! Look at that call here! Are they gonna be able to take Axe down? He's sitting really, really low. Heal Bomb will come in. One more hit. We'll be able to take the Axe down. Now, Feed Squad needs to be very careful. Are they gonna go? They should go and dive this! Why are they not diving this?
They should 100% dive.
Oh, but we lose the Omni Knight in the process. Look at Feed Squad. He's trying to
Is he
get
gonna
out
get
so
there?
bad. He's
He can
taking
TP.
so many creeps. He'll be able to clean up. He got a last hit though off of that wave, at least.
Hashtag looking on the bright side.
Gotta look at the positive side, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be a free tower, so. Playa just going to ham on tier 1 down here.
I mean, what are they really gonna do against a Dazzle and a Jug unless they rotate people?
Pen them angry letters.
You say mail them angry letters?
Yep.
Question mark? Bottom lane Manly now in a very bad position. He TP'd himself down to the tower, which was probably a
spins.
big mistake because they have surrounded him on all sides. He needs to get out. They've got TPs coming in. He doesn't have enough
gonna
mana
do
for
it again.
Oh, what is he doing?
He's gonna juke him again. He done this once before.
Where did the TP go? The TP didn't come in for him. He's trying. Look at these
go.
jukes. This is actually so funny. Is he gonna get the denial on the tower too? Oh my god, what a player.
Oh, what a player.
That is some Benny Hill. No, you cannot use that.
Oh, I did not know I done that.
No.
I did not mean to do that.
And
I meant to type that into
Ven is an ass and we won't be working with him again?
yeah, of course. I hope they don't mention that.
I think it's okay, but no more of that. You shouldn't be doing that.
I did
As
not mean
you've
to do
noticed.
that. The fine line between pressing return and not pressing return has been crossed.
Oh, this is looking a little scary for the Sven now. Couple quality bounces coming off. They do get the heal off, and in comes Sand King. He's sitting
I
at
can
level
turn
6.
this
He actually didn't skill his ultimate. He's looking to go over here onto the axe. We'll be able to connect over onto the side. They don't have really any mana though, so I'm not sure what they're doing here. Meanwhile, OD is having some trouble mid. There is now a Dazzle who is
I
chasing
think they
into
should
him.
take the Sven down here for this. There's a lot of farm.
Yeah, I think that would be a good call here. I mean, Tri-Lane was pseudo-effective. They were able to get a couple kills over onto the Sven, but he hasn't really been able to do much in terms of farming. So I would say, yeah, rotate him down to the bottom lane. Let these supports do some damage. Oh, meanwhile, OD
just
was
the
taken
damage
down.
of Mr. Snake not being predicted there.
Well, it's all maxed
It
out,
really
too.
does do a lot. I don't know if they can defend this. Doesn't they can?
Well, they've got to rotate, and they're not. They're rapidly losing towers. They're focusing a lot over onto this axe. Another heal bomb coming out will be appealing the Stormhammer. God Strength is popped, but he has to back off. He's getting ticked down by this Battle Hunger on top of that, and they're losing mid tower. There's no way that they can save it any longer.
Or
All
their
this
lane's
over
starting to
this
crumble.
one
maybe?
tower.
Yeah, costly. Sven needs to be really, really
Look-
careful.
Man, yeah. They needed to get farm on this Sven. And like I said, you know, they got a couple kills for him, which is pretty nice, but he needs to go and hit creeps now. He can't just be trading back and forth like this.
He's still up here. Yeah, this is a bit stubborn. Also not completely sold on having Echo Saber for the first item.
Well, I mean, it gives Sven a couple things that he kind of needs. It gives him a little bit more int, so he's going to be able to have a larger pool for mana. The double hits
Yeah, but he doesn't
are pretty nice.
hit really hard. Like Helm into it would have been probably better in my opinion.
They do spot the Witch Doctor over here on the side. Witch Doctor only sitting at level 4 right now. They missed the Ice Path, and they're still giving chase. This is not the fight, guys. Nope, 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 nope. Meanwhile, in mid, though, Troll is just mowing down this tower. He's got a ward on him.
Wonder if Medusa goes the same build as the last Medusa.
Oh,
She's
Mystic
good.
Snake coming out, trying to take down Manly Man. Nice heal coming out, though. Might be able to save her. She doesn't have enough mana now for the, Oh, no. She
She's
doesn't have
in
enough
real
for
danger
Stonegate.
here.
She needs... Well, she's fairly tanky with the mana shield, but her mana is all run out now, and this is going to be a very dead Dusa. I'm not sure. I think that was just way too greedy. Hammer does get dropped, but doesn't land on anyone. Although, oh, Jug, he's going to be able to get himself a kill here. Witch Doctor coming forward. Tower might just be too out of position now. Although in comes the Sven, he's gonna go ahead pop God Strength, but he doesn't have much mana or
No
much
mana,
health.
no health.
That
He's not
maybe was not the play here because now God Strength is gonna be down and they're not gonna achieve anything with it.
I wish he would just farm. Like, please just farm, Sven. All you need to do to win this.
Yeah, he's fairly poor. He's sitting at 4th in terms of last hits and denies right now.
He's third on net worth, but yeah. He could be way up there if he just actually avoided fights.
Well, I mean, again, this comes into the fact that, you know, you don't want to take this late against Medusa. Sven's just going to get kited unless he's got really, really great engagements, which is also a possibility too, but it tends to go more in favor towards Medusa towards late game, so getting him farmed up is a big priority. Looks like OD's going to be going for drums again for his first major item.
That's fine. Good stats. You don't like the drums burst, or?
On OD? I don't really play much OD anymore. I like a Dragon Lance on him fairly early, honestly. But drum makes sense because it does give him that nice stat. I guess it depends on how the lane is going mostly for me, but I could be playing this entirely wrong as well. I don't really play much mid. And when I do play mid, it's crazy, silly stuff like Crystal Maiden mid.
Viper.
Or Viper, you know. I gotta get out of the trench somehow, man.
Yeah, I know.
I
that's
do
my
what I
calibration
gotta.
right? It's a sad day when you're playing Viper and you're like, this isn't even fun, but I kind of just want to.
Jug actually has completed Vlad's now. It looks like he's gonna be what is he going next? Is he going drums too?
I hope not.
I hope he's not going drums too. Oh, actually, that's over on the side of the Tinker, so he can actually go drums if he wants. I was thinking about the OD for some reason. Who was on the other team? So yeah, he'll probably go drums. Could be part of Diffusal Blade as well if he really wanted.
They're gonna need one.
For that Omni. That tricky little Omni. Oh, Zip-Zap is in a bad position here. He's gonna juke himself around the trees. Might not have seen him there. He will be able to run himself out. And we've kind of just hit like the farm game.
Yeah, it's always gonna be the case if you have Dusa and Sven though. Although Sven can fight more probably early. So, although he is like lacking CS, but
He's lacking a lot
I
of
think he
farm
should
here. Meanwhile, bottom lane. Still no ultimate picked up over on the Sand King yet.
yeah, I don't know why he doesn't just take a value point in Sandstorm either.
Yeah, that'd probably be helpful.
It's kind of frustrating for me when there's like small little things, like just one skill point just could make a huge difference in someone's game.
Yeah, it is gonna be Diffusal Blade for the Jug. Okay, good, good, good.
They're gonna fight each other.
Huh?
He doesn't have points in Sandstorm, so he just dies here. Yep.
I don't know, he is the Juke Master 3000. There's the same.
Oh, he's taking it now. Taking it now. Yep. Okay. I have no idea what the Sand King is going to do next, but it always seems to work.
We do have the ultimate now picked up over on the Witch Doctor. A little bit late. He's level 6 at 15 minutes. It's a little rough. Takiro also having his ultimate, as does the Omni Knight. That's actually huge. They should start thinking about a fight. They've got God Strength. They've got the Omni Knight ulti. Again, that's not going to do much against the Witch Doctor ulti. Rather, it will do a lot, actually, because it's physical damage.
Yeah, I mean, they shouldn't be scared here. They should just try and...
I think they rotate, like, they need to start taking fights. I would have loved to see the Sand King actually take up a point. Oh, Soap's coming around the corner here. He actually just misses Manly here. Would have liked to see Sand King maybe take a point in that ult, just because it's more team fight. It's going to allow them to get a little bit more aggressive here. And Jug coming in, they pop the ultimate over here, trying to save the Omni Knight, but it's just not quite enough because, of course, he's got that magic damage as well. They get a pull off though, that's kind of nice. Pseudo. But with that ultimate down, Witch Doctor knows that he can get off an ultimate here, no problem.
Donk's coming through.
It won't connect over onto Jakiro. Bottom lane though, looks like Sand King gonna come forward, they're gonna have to turn themselves around. That weave is gonna be doing a lot of damage. Oh, Terrence, why you turn around, buddy? And in comes the Sven. He wants to try to punish this Dusa and the Dazzle for being so deep, but already he's getting kited. This is the huge problem. The
oh, the heal bomb was perfect. That was nice.
Shallow Grave will get used over onto Soap. Stun will get landed over onto Thrall, but...
Well, I guess they could just keep chipping at this tower.
Luke and Tinker is rapidly losing towers.
They lose control of the map as well.
Sven doesn't have enough, like, he doesn't have really any items that he can do with damage for the most part. Again, I think it would have been better to go, you know, with something like a Drow. Something that's going to have a little bit of range, give them a little bit more damage over onto this OD.
He's just lacking last hits though as well, in all honesty.
I'm not a huge fan of aggro tries, personally. I feel like, you know, yeah, he got a couple kills. They kind of messed a little bit with their safe lane. But I think it's better just to run them regularly. Because then you have access to the jungle, you've got people who are going to be able to pull for you. Stack as well, because, you know, Sven is a great stack taker.
The thing is, aggro try, and what was it against, like, Axe? Is that a hero you really want to shut down at the cost of, like, Sven farm?
Well, that was the other thing, is that they themselves didn't aggro try. Both of the teams didn't aggro try. So I think rotations were probably needed a little bit earlier. And that's a tier 2, that they're just able to take no contestation. Is that a word? Contestation? I feel like it is.
What did you say?
Contestation.
Contestation.
Yeah.
What's that?
Like not having someone contest you? Sometimes I make up words, so I'm not sure. They sound
I don't think that's a
professional in
word.
my head, but then I really think about them and I'm like, I'm not 100% sure about this.
I mean, you can test something, so it is a contestation of something.
Contestant? I don't know. We'll look it up later. Or I'm sure someone in chat will like make fun of one of us.
Yeah, or flaming coming.
This axe. No blink, but he does have an invis ring, so he'll be able to get himself in good position here. Does have blade mail up as well. They're hugging that tower though, so it's not like he can jump on them that easily.
Oh, if he had a blink, he could.
It looks like that's gonna be his next item. I would have rather seen the blink, I think, on him before the blade mail, personally, but...
He's got a surprising amount of gold from suddenly nowhere, so... I'm not gonna get the time with this invis.
Oh, ooh, this Omni though.
Yep.
Oh, he doesn't pop his blade mail first though! No! There's the repel getting thrown out over onto the Omni. He actually uses his ultimate just for himself. That's actually a huge victory for the side of 5th Band
Blade mail not being
Tinker.
used this whole time.
You have blade mail, dude.
Goodbye,
Oh, Soap's in a lot of trouble. He needs a TP, and that's exactly what he's gonna do.
He's gonna get it.
Yeah, he's out.
Oh, John. He dies though.
What did
Soap
he
actually
die?
dies though. He just got clipped, I think. Oh, Sand King poison.
Oh, the caustic finale. I didn't even think about
Yep.
that. Oh my goodness. Oh boy, Dusa is very, very far forward. She does not have her team. This is very, very scary. In comes Tominator.
Kind of there.
Needs to be careful that he doesn't block the Dusa. Oh, but here it is. Here's the dream. Getting the Witch Doctor ultimate off. Over on the corner. They don't have Donker up quite yet. There's the hammer getting dropped, and we'll take down the Dusa. Nice stun coming out here from the not the SK, well, from the SK as well, but also from the Sven here. And they're gonna clean up. That's almost a team
exactly what they needed.
Yeah, and Jakiro will lead the charge. He's ready with his liquid fire.
So, blink next for Sven. Helm. Maybe. Blink's good.
I want to see more. Well, that's gonna be pretty good to get the jump, but at the same time, like, I would like to see more damage on him.
Yeah, it's early doors.
And they're gonna go for this tier 2, and there's not too much they can do against this over on this Active Fan Tinker. Weave will get placed down. Axe is up and running, but he doesn't have Blink Dagger quite yet here. It's done a little bit early. We'll be able to connect, though, over onto Axe. I think they keep fighting this. Deuce is not up yet. Oh, but that's Donk's coming in here over onto Power. Power's gonna have to go ahead, run himself out. Nice stun coming out from the stun here. He's gonna go ahead, pop the war cry. He's gonna get kited though. He's gonna try to get himself out. And the Jug ultimate will actually clean him up. And the rest of the side over you. Gonna be on the run.
Alright, so... He did pick up his blink just before he died. So.
Who?
Always not
Sven?
lost.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you said Axe. I was like, he definitely didn't for that, but alright.
Ben is losing the plot.
And this tower is going down like a chump. Scotty actually picked up. Troll actually skipped the Manta completely and decided to go straight for the Scotty here.
I kind of prefer that to the Manta anyway.
Well, in some cases, Manta's pretty good to pick up because, you know, you can siege towers, you can also destroy into any sort of silences, but that's not something that they really need to worry about on this Medusa currently.
I mean, he can fight now, that's the thing. It's like a much earlier way of like getting to do something like
Yeah. Although, oh, this OD. In the danger zone. He's finished up his Force Staff, though. He's going to be going for the Hurricane. They can see him, can't they? Yeah! Oh, boy. Dressed in pepperonis. He's not getting out of this.
Cummins do have the
Nice Madrons coming out here. They still should be able to take down the OD. And the Witch Doctor ultimate gets used over here. Repel's not going to do anything to save you here. They're Omni Knight, and now the Diffuse Blade will get used out over onto Manly Man. He'll get taken down with the Caustic Finale. And 5th Band Tinker, they've got the momentum. They're going for it.
just nothing cancelling the Death Ward there.
It's another tower. I think this could be Rax too.
Bye-bye.
There's no Sand King ultimate. There's no God Strength on the Sven.
There's no buybacks either. So.
There's no buybacks, yeah. So I think this, they just go high ground here. They don't even need to go
good
back
luck
for a
to
rush. Terrence?
Oh god.
I thought for a moment he was AFK. I got really nervous there.
He's playing chicken with axe. It's not a
Oh,
chicken you
but
want.
Jug's deep here. He's gonna get the kill over onto the
Oh, nice
Jakiro.
dodge.
Player's gonna have to just spin his way out here. He's getting off a couple value hits. Nice donks coming out here from the Witch Doctor, but Manly Man gonna go ahead, focus V Squad in the back lines here. They're gonna be able to save up the Sven. He's got a stick. He's popped it. He's gonna try to run himself out. That's another Sven coming in, but in the back lines here, they're gonna be able to take the tower, and they're just gonna let their Jug die because he's just a little too
Yeah, why
deep,
are
I
they-
think.
why are they
Nice
not
kill
helping?
though coming out here from the OD. He's gonna be able to clean up over on the Witch Doctor. And Fifth Man Tinker, they start to turn around, and that is not the play here. I think you just run yourself out. We've got the Medusa does have the Stone Gates coming up very, very shortly. Needs to probably pop that. 3, 2, 1. Not enough mana. This is a very dead Dusa.
I think they should have just helped the Jug when he was going in. There was like a miscommunication. Jug was up here making all the space, and the team just back.
Well, no, they were hitting the tower. This is an objective-based game. I think that was definitely the call. I think Jug was too deep. And I think that wasn't necessarily on the Jug because he jumped onto the Jakiro and Jakiro just started to walk towards as well. So he was taken along for the ride, which is probably the best thing that Jakiro could have possibly done at that point. But
He got a bunch of kills for it, I guess. The dive.
they got the tower. I mean, they didn't have an Aegis. There was no need to dive there, if possible, so...
That's
my
true, but I
opinion,
think he
personally.
lives to just try and end and go for some sort of big team fight there.
I wouldn't have,
I mean,
personally.
like if you solo draft number 3, don't actually defend that and get wiped again, then it's game.
Again, they're in no rush. They have a Dusa.
Yeah, that's true.
And play it.
But
He
Sven,
wants his
man.
Omni Knight. He goes ahead. He purges. Oh, but it's a bait! Immediately now he's in a very bad situation. He does not have the Omni Slash. Gonna have to try to run himself out using that healing ward. And I think he's actually gonna make it out. That's huge for them because now
He's
the
gonna turn.
yeah, yep, that's a dead Omni Knight.
And that's worth it.
That's Guardian Angel completely down now. Manly though, gonna be able to help stun up, and they're gonna be able to take down player. Nice call though coming out from Tommy Nader. He's got that blade mail up and running on him. Gonna try to run himself out with so much damage. He's gonna get caught up. This pure orb doing so much damage. Night Shallow Grave coming out though from Soap. Soap is now going to probably pay for this with his life. He's able to throw out the weave at the last second. Try to heal up the Witch Doctor. Try to run his body away, but Manly Man's got his eyes on the prize. Gonna be able to take down this Witch Doctor. They're able to take down the Dazzle as well. And Fifth Man Tinker. Yikes. Take a look at this graph and open up the team network. It is a roller coaster. These
Yeah,
fights,
it's looking like that mountain I climbed on Monday.
these fights are starting to go in favor of Fifth Man Tinker, and they immediately lose
Up
that
and down.
advantage, unfortunately. Experience, too. Look at this huge swing going over to EU solo.
This is giving me flashbacks of my climb. Up and down, it never ends.
I take it you don't like hiking?
No, well, I like being at the place that is like got the views and stuff, but I don't like getting there.
I think they take Roche. Honestly, they should have taken Roche actually after that fight.
Jeez. Oh, in all honesty, before they do it.
I don't know if they still can though, because if Axe gets in there and Deuce throws out a Stone Gaze, I think they just back off now. Odie's in a little bit of trouble here. He does have his Hurricane Pike. Will be able to push himself out. He's actually going to be going Orchid, so I'm guessing we're going to see a Bloodthorn on him eventually. All them crits, man.
I'm not sure it's the best Orchid game. It's not bad.
Well, I mean, again, getting a BKB for this particular game is not the best choice because you've got, of course, Stone Gaze that Medusa's got that goes through BKB. You've got the ultimate coming out from the Jug and the Witch Doctor. The only thing it really protects you from is Call, and of course the mini stun coming out from the Witch Doctor for the most part. Maybe a little bit of
I
Shadow.
feel like a semi-early AC would be really good on Sven. Like next item AC maybe? Acceptable.
I don't know. I think he needs more damage. I think crits.
But it gives you
is the way
deep.
to go. Ice Wall will connect over onto Tominator. Oh no, a little bit of miscommunication coming out here. Macropyre gonna be able to split up the fight a little bit here, but Doug is gonna come in immediately. They're able to go ahead, use the Guardian Angel over here on the side. They're gonna miss the call. Oh, that blade mail though, it's doing so much work, but look at all the cleave that the Sven is gonna get. Meanwhile, on the other end here, they need to turn around from this Dusa. Oh, they all look at her except for Sand King. Sand King knows better, but there's the ultimate coming out from Feed Squad. Nice. Oh, that was perfect coming out from Manly. Are they gonna be able to take Troll down now? Oh, the Warcry giving him so much extra armor. Should be able to get the kill. There's the Aegis getting popped. Manly's jumped after. Oh man, he really wants Feed Squad. He's gonna be able to collect the kill, and now they have to fight the Dusa one last time. They're quickly burning through all of her mana though.
They should have
lots of damage coming out. Another stun coming out. Beautiful from the Sand King here.
Holy crap, so
And
does it take
Omni Knight is just wailing on her with his hammer. He goes ahead, he pops the repel, and they're finally able to take Trokopia down. What a fight. And that's gonna be probably another tower. Sven bottom here, he's gonna go ahead, heal up on these creeps and push out the wave. Did you see the moves the Sand King did that game? Not game, that last fight.
Up here.
No.
That...
Even before that, like when they were on the back lines with the Witch Doctor ulti and coming back in to hit the Dusa, like he's doing work. It's pretty ridiculous.
It's actually paying off as well, like Dusa keeps dying like this.
She's gonna Maelstrom now too.
Still
Warcry
head.
is topped.
Still on top of net worth, so
I think they just need to stabilize for this man.
I just love looking at these graphs as they go back and forth every single fight that they take. Look at this lead now in the experience though, going over to EU solo.
He said Sven had no damage, but yeah, he's going AC next. Are they listening?
Smoke will get used. Well, I think the other thing too is that he had a lot of backup. Like he was starting to get really, really low there. He wasn't quite doing like think about how much they actually dedicated to just taking down that Dusa. There were 4 heroes on Dusa.
But they did.
They did, but it took 4 heroes just for her.
Yeah, I think
Like that's what I'm
think
concerned
Playboy's
about
gonna
is
be-
that she's pretty tanky. She's got
AC is gonna make a
Scotty.
huge difference though.
It's gonna definitely help. Smoke will get popped? Did they just finish it off? Oh, they do see Dusa over here. Troll gonna be able to go ahead and,
Find him.
or not Troll, rather.
It's a split up fight, there's like 3 fights.
Yeah, they're all over the place. So there's a skirmish going on.
OD might get dazzled.
Manly actually has his repel on. Oh, but it's gonna go right through here. He is gonna get taken down. Nice barrel strike though coming out. He's gonna try to run himself out. That's a nice stuff, but they need to turn around from this Dusa. She's just gonna put out all this damage. Witch Doctor ultimate is gonna get used. He's got that Glimmer Cape on him. They're gonna go ahead, use the Yules over here, try to keep the Sand King alive. He will actually make it out. He does not have enough mana for the epicenter. The hammer will get dropped. In goes the jug. He's trying to just put out as much damage as possible. Heal bomb coming in though. He will get taken down. Troll will get taken down as well. And the only person they've lost so far is the Sand King. The Glimmer Cape gonna be able to maybe save this Witch Doctor. He almost got taken down with Cleave though. I think they don't bother even like looking for him. They just go for the tower. His ultimate's down. And that's another tower going over to the side of EU solo.
I really, really hate playing against Sven.
I do too. I ban him out a lot of the times.
What do you do against it? Like, the cleave is just so... Like, the rage is, like, ridiculous.
You get kiting heroes. You kite him. You get support staffs on all your supports.
Yeah, but you make, like, one position getter and you lose, like, half your health.
That's true. I mean, I'm not going to say that that's perfect. Oh, Soap is in a little bit of trouble here. Donker will get thrown out. They throw a Glimmer Cape over onto the Dazzle as well. And OD's just going to back himself out here. He doesn't want to fight under Weave. No reason for him to. They've got a tower. Tominator looks like he's going to be going for an Vanguard as his next item.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You say that so casually. Like, yeah, you know.
I think they made, like, BKB, or, like... I don't know, like, AC as well. I don't know if Vanguard does all that much against the Sven. That's the one thing.
I don't really like the Ags pickup on the Jug too much.
Oh, did he go Ag?
Yeah, he did go Ags.
That's fine.
I guess he thinks he's going to be able to contribute more to like team fights using that. I'm not 100% sure. I mean,
it does indeed increase the number of slashes, but it's actually way more, because you can do this thing on jugs, so if you get like I might be wrong here by the way, so feel free to correct me, but if you get enough attack speed, you can essentially attack in between every one of your Omni slashes.
mm-hmm.
And I don't think you can do that if you have Ags, like you need the spell.
Dazzle in the
you need,
danger zone. Ooh. Oh, Troll's in a lot of trouble here. They're able to get the Witch Doctor ultimate off though. They don't have any sort of detection. He's going to be able to just go ahead, and in goes the Medusa ulti. She's going to be able to slow down the OD and potentially get a kill here. Looks like Omni Knight's also in trouble. He's going to get taken down with the mighty cut.
This is
And
so
that's
back and forth.
a triple kill for Jug.
Do you wanna wager how about hesitate a guess as to who's gonna win? I have no idea. I have literally no idea.
I mean, ESL is not out of this quite yet.
I don't think they're out of it at all. The fights are just so like, it's just so hard to tell.
Nice macro power, going to be able to nuke down the wave here, separate the team a little bit. Another ice path getting thrown out as well. They do not have Aegis. Oh,
You get
nicely
Sven
played
here.
coming out from the Sand King. Going to be able to go ahead and just get that Burrow Strike off onto 3 of them. More dual breath coming out. Oh no, Sand King's in so much trouble though. He doesn't have his Yules, it's on cooldown. And that's an
No,
epi
he
that they're
doesn't.
not going to have for this fight. That's actually a big deal.
I think Sven just has to go win. Oh, they can't now. Yeah, losing the
gonna be
Sand
up
King was-
fairly soon. They might want to wait for him before they go into this, but it's pretty scary right now. Paul will get used
don't
coming
think-
out from the axe. I don't think he realized that his blink was... Oh, his blink was not on cooldown, so I'm not sure what happened there. Bottom lane, though, we're seeing the Jug and the Sven kind of one-on-one. Repel gets placed over onto the Sven. And they take the tower and racks and a bottom tower at the same time, and they're very happy with that over on the side of the Sven Tinker.
Yes, it is.
Fusel Blade gets used over here. Oh, very nice dodge from the Jug. Gonna be able to spin his way out of this bad situation. Silence, though, is completed, so he's gonna be very, very careful. They have they've got Hurricane Pike up. I'm surprised. Now they need to turn themselves around. That does not protect against the Stone Gaze. Oh, this is very, very bad. Although they are kind of all just standing in the macro pyre, so I mean, not the worst, but Bean's taking a lot of damage here from this Jug ultimate. Gonna turn back around. They will get the kill. They'll be able to get the call off over onto the Radiant Heroes here, but look how low this OD is. He's got so much int at this point in time. He will get taken down. That Tommy Nader does have a double damage turn, but I'm not sure if they're gonna be able to quite come back in on this fight. Sven getting kited really hard with that Scotty too. That's actually a huge deal. That Repel doing a lot of work though. Gonna be able to keep him alive. They don't have the God Strength up though now, and they have to retreat. Run, little Sand King. Looks like they want to push out all the lanes as well. And that's gonna... Okay, never mind. It's gonna be a full-on heart for Axe.
Oh, interesting, okay.
I mean, go big or go home, right? That's what most Axe players are anyways.
Just go home with your big donks.
Sven, what you doing, buddy? There's no wards in your jungle, really. You're gonna get jumped. Not like this, Beans. Not like this. He does have that Blink Dagger, though, so
Shan will
he's
be the
fast
next
enough.
target for the Sven Tinker.
They want that Roche. They want the Roche, and they want to go high ground with it. Remember when BKB protected you against Blade Mail?
Yep.
God, what a game of Dota that used to be. You
I
could
just
buy
remember they
fresh
changed-
BKBs too.
They changed Axe and then they changed Blade Mill and I was like, oh my god, this is the Axe patch.
I know. Nice deep ward here into their base. Gonna be able to provide them with a bit of intel over on the side of Fifth Tinker. Oh, wait a minute. No, okay, never mind. Had a moment there. Mech completed over on Dazzle. Looks like he's going to be going for those Guardian Greaves as his next item. Medusa has her BKB now, which will give her a little bit more survivability. BKB is going to be completed for the Jug as well. That's actually huge. Because BKB means that you're not going to be getting hit in the face with all those arcane orbs coming out from the OD. Not going to be stunned up permanently either. Sand King's Epi is not going to do as much because it's not going to happen. And
I
looks
think
like
they can just force bottom tower. Oh god, they're gonna run into them here.
ooh boy, that's a dead soap. Glimmer Cape's gonna get used over here. They pop the BKB over on the Deuce, so they've lost their healer though. This is a little bit scary. Sven though, Sven is getting just hit with everything. Look at the axe coming out from the, oh my gosh! So much damage coming out from this Witch Doctor ulti. They're gonna have to turn around, try to fight down Troll. Now Troll is all out of mana. This is not looking good for him. He's got his bottle. He might be able to go ahead and just pop the illusions. We'll be able to just go ahead, heal up.
Lived.
That was beautiful, but again, this is the problem with the Sven, is that he's just gonna constantly be getting kited with Medusa, especially because of the fact that she's got that Eye of Scotty. Buyback will come out on the Jakiro immediately.
It's not like we can just get BKB either.
No. Manly in a little bit of trouble. They do almost get the Battle Hunger off on him, actually. And they're just going to run immediately down to the bottom tower. Omni Knight's in so much trouble. He does not have Guardian. They're going to be able to go ahead, throw the Astral Imprisonment up. He's going to go ahead, throw himself under the Repel, try to get him out. And, Dominator in a little bit of a bad position here. The Silence has come out. Arcane Orb doing a ton of damage. And they're going to chase him down. There's the Hurricane Pike getting used. He has 20 stolen in right now. And that's gone up to 28. Oh, what a hero that OD is.
Well, at least it's not permanent.
It's not like Slark, whose essence shifts last for the rest of your game.
Or like Silencers, it's actually permanent.
That is true. That is true. That's going to be a Roche coming out here. Sand King standing nearby. He's got Epi. He's got a Blink Dagger. He's got everything. He's ready to go. In fact, he's going to go in right now and get that Burrow Strike off. BKB will get popped over onto the Deuce, so they're going to immediately actually imprison. That's a beautiful macro pyre into that print. But they've got the BKBs up and running now. AOD going to be able to run himself out. They'll use the Yules over onto the Sand King. He's got Repel on him. He's going to try to run out again. Ghost Scepter getting used over onto the Jakiro. Nice heal bomb coming out over on the other side here. But Witch Doctor, this axe is doing so much damage. They need to be carrying some sort of detection here. So going to be able to go ahead, pop that Shallow Grave, and that's just the kiting for days coming out here. Beans coming back around. The Donk's doing so much work over here. Medusa is going to actually get thrown over into the so the war cry is not going to be quite enough. Witch Doctor just barely going to be able to run himself out using that Glimmer Cape here. And now Power's in so much trouble. Jakiro's going to come in, maybe try to help him out. Sand King trying to help as well, and they actually take down the troll. Soap now also going to get taken down. They are sitting so low. This Roche is so low. They need to get in there, and they need to not be... OD, go ahead, hit your bottle, dude.
It didn't work, like, she was in this like weird route here, so you could do, you could cast Grave and they wouldn't see.
That was disastrous for the side of 5th Band Tinker because, oh, they cancel the TP? Okay, interesting. And we've got the Sand King who's gonna just go ahead, push out this Wayfarer and base, while the rest of the team, I think they really need to regroup. And he should probably get a small...
guess who's gonna win yet?
Hey man, I was still saying EU solo. Which Troll's gonna yell at me later, but these engagements have been really, really just well synergized with their team, and...
Whoa, that is a big spike in net worth difference there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yep. This has been such a back and forth game. I feel like the Omni Knight is doing a lot in these fights though too. And they're also being really smart. They know that Jug has put a lot of his eggs into one basket with that axe, so they made sure that they have a Yule Scepter, they've got a Ghost Scepter, and a Yule's over on the Jakiro. They're letting Sven kind of face tank most of this, but that Orchid's a big help as well. That's going to be turned into a Bloodthorn for the OD. They've itemized really, really well over here. And we've seen a lot of plays coming out from Sand King again, going back and forth with those stuns, re-engaging, disengaging, and that's been huge here. In fact, we talked about engaging, there he is. Silence will get placed over onto the axe, that'll cancel out his blink.
Even if you do that, nothing happens, you might force a mistake, is the thing.
I'm not crazy about the heart pickup on the axe, to be quite honest.
Nor me.
I think I'd rather see him get something more, a little more utility, or another mobility device.
Force Staff would be actually pretty good.
Force Staff would be great. A Halberd wouldn't be the worst idea either, just to throw it over onto the SOD, because they don't have BKBs. So, you know, punish them for that. I would love to see detection on these supports every time that this Witch Doctor goes under the Glimmer Cape. It's been a huge issue.
They've been getting away with that a lot.
Yeah, and he's got Ag, so he's a pretty big threat. Looks like they're gonna try to go retrieve the creep wave first. Before re-engaging. Out of drum charges now on the OD. Play is totally out of refusal charges now too. My goodness. They immediately ping out that ward. And they're getting ready for this top push. So they've got Aegis up and running on the OD. They've got a Bloodthorn as well now. This is pretty scary for 5th Band Tinker. Medusa has not had item progression in I don't know how long now, which is not good. And they're gonna try to defend this tower here. Bloodthorn gets fused over onto the axe, so it's a little bit of a cooldown time now on that. Not too long, though. It's back up in about 3 seconds. Medusa's over on the side. They need the axe to really just get his face in there.
It's the question of who's going to commit first. He's going to back out.
Yeah, they actually do back out completely. That's really interesting. I don't think... I mean, they've got Aegis. Is Odie getting boots of travel? No. Is he... He's not going Ags, right? He's going like Octarine or something.
I really don't know.
I hope he's going Octarine. Yeah, the item progression over on the side of 5th Band Tinker has come to a standstill. Nothing new on the Medusa in quite a while. Nothing new on the Jug, the Dazzle, the Axe, or Witch Doctor.
Yeah, but they're still a threat.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying that they're out of it by any means, but they've definitely slowed down quite a bit. These fights are not going the way that they need. Medusa, it looks like she's thinking rapier. She's got quite a bunch of gold on her.
Come on, 2 Dusa games and not 1 rapier? This can't be a thing.
We're lacking a lot of vision over on the side of both the teams. Only have defensive vision up right now. Looks like Jakiro's thinking about a sheep stick. I like that. I like your way of thinking, Jakiro. More lockdown. Sounds good. Dazzle's working towards those Guardian Greaves here. Gonna go ahead, get some more wards, more vision. And, yeah, I guess it's just, I mean, they could potentially grab a smoke and try to go for pickoffs, put some aggressive vision, either of these teams, honestly. Jug is totally alone top. He's very, very far forward here. Sven, he's got Blink. Beans is gonna run himself away from the creep wave. That's a little scary. Although immediately popping the God Strength here, they'll be able to land. Oh, nice Yule's combo. That's a very dead Jug. I'm not sure why he decided to go that deep.
Yeah, they'll just reset on the roll. They maybe just wait on the Roshan again.
I mean, God Strength is up too, so they might want to try to do something with this, whether they go for a smoke and try to get like one more pickoff, but the Jug was just too far forward there, and especially when you see that Jakiro coming in, you know that Jakiro, he's gonna have his Ghost Scepter, he's got a Yule's as well, so he's gonna be able to, you know, Ghost Scepter himself out of any sort of Jakiro, or not, sorry, not Jakiro, Jug ult, and he can also go ahead and Yule's the Jug if he's not fast enough to hit that button. TP's coming in, they're gonna just slow seize this tower. Axe coming forward. Oh, he's immediately jumped upon over here. There's the silence and the Bloodthorn. They don't have the vision though, and in comes Beans. He is so deep behind this tower. One more hit over onto the tower. We'll be able to take it down. The TP coming in, they're able to land it immediately over onto Medusa. This is a nightmare for Troll right now. He's gonna try to run himself out. He's gonna have to go ahead, pop the ultimate, but they can just definitely re-engage after this. BKB down. The Stone Gaze is down. Looks like they're thinking about going after this Witch Doctor here. Witch Doctor standing nearby. He still has his ultimate. He's got so... Oh no, he's sitting so low.
He didn't even use his ulti that fight for the Sven. Didn't even need it.
I think he's looking for the right position. This deep dive could be really punishable. Yeah. They need to just focus on tower. Omni Knight. Omni-Knight running himself out here. The BKB over on the jug. Now, Terran's in a little bit of trouble. That Ghost Step doing a lot of work, though. And they're getting so many bounces off. They're able to stun up the Witch Doctor, though, even though he's gone and he's in Viz. And the Destroy's going to come out here on the back end for the Sand King. We've got Tommy Nader coming forward. He's going to be able to maybe finish here. He's not able to. And Bean's going to be able to get himself out. Jug will get taken down in the process. Manly Man going to be trying to run himself out as well. And the Dunk will just barely miss, but they'll still take him down with the Battle Hunger. Omni-Knight has had enough. He wants to leave. He's got Repel.
He won't make the coupling.
Well, he's got Repel, so why doesn't he Repel and TP out?
There
we go. Attaboy. He is still dead. Never mind.
Call goes through it, though, right?
I believe so. But it was still on cooldown, I think, during that.
Do they have buyback? They do. Yeah, they have buyback. They should be fine.
That's a big wave going bottom right now. It's the Radiant base. And the Axe is just running his face over at this wave. I guess he's gonna try to cut it. So they have maximum creepage, but Sven has just run himself up mid. He does have a Blink Dagger, he does have the Boots of Travel, so I'm surprised that no one's TPing themselves back here to... He could have probably pushed a little bit more. Okay, there is a TP coming in. It's gonna be the Dazzle, so they don't have the Dazzle for this fight, but they have a lot of deeps here. Kuro throwing out the Macro Pyre, gonna be able to nuke down the wave. They've used the fort as well. Bottom lane, Sven gonna go one-on-one here with this Jug. Oh, the stun coming out immediately, and that's the end of player. Meanwhile, though...
He hit so hard.
Yeah, I mean, he's a Sven at 49 minutes. He better be hitting hard at this point.
He has 6k gold as well.
Oh, man. Manly going in. He wants to try to go for this initiation over here on the Medusa. Not going to be able to quite commit, though. They're going to have to just run the Medusa out here. She's got a full Mjolnir now, instead of just a Maelstrom. But, again, very slow item progression here.
I think Manly Man's the...
Manly is just, like...
He's doing so much.
Living up to his name over here. Like, running after 3 heroes without the rest of his team. My goodness. I'm actually not clear on what the MMRs are for this particular team. I'd be interested to see if he's one of the higher players or a little bit lower. I don't know. Link coming forward. He does get at the Dazzle. Oh, he's in a very bad spot, though. I don't think he wants to be there. He will avoid the call, though. They'll both walk into the ice path, and I think they just disengage and take Roche if they can. Double damage and will get picked up over here, though. I think they're going to give that to Sven. What were you saying?
They do have Sven, so they're going to fight, though. Like, at least going to take Roche with it.
They need to pop that Lincoln so they
double
can put
damage
the
Sven.
on.
He's going to die fast.
Look at all the damage. Just rapier levels right now.
Well. He could be double damaged if he ulted.
Cheese is left over on the ground. I think you give that to Sand King. Jakira's gonna pick it up though in the meanwhile. So they gotta push out these lanes again, but with the Sven having the Boots of Travel, that's gonna be a really big help here. He's just crushing through these waves. Don't know why. Would like to see these guys pushing out a lane instead of hanging out in the jungle. Just because Sven's pushing out top, mid is pretty well pushed out. Although now with the rotation coming out from the side of the Dire, it's definitely not in their best interest to go in on that. Or they need to just wait for the Sven's Boots to travel so they can pull down so they can jump back in. In fact, they're just up now. So I think he'll be rejoining his team shortly. It looks like they're... Oh boy! Witch Doctor immediately gonna get caught out. It's just too far forward here. And that's a lot of people down here in the bot lane, so Sven could potentially keep pushing this top. In fact, that's exactly what he's trying to do. Look at these crits coming out with this Daedalus. Oh my goodness. And he's actually gonna TP himself home, man. Sven's work is never done, huh?
Expensive. And it's like Clash of the Titans, really, isn't it? Sven versus Medusa.
Well, I mean, ideally Medusa should probably win this matchup, considering the fact that Got that Scotty and should be kiting him for days, but she hasn't had much item progression. And of course, you've got this OD also throwing out just a ton of damage. You've got some nice big team fight ultis, and you've got an Omni Knight. And there are no more charges on this Jug's Diffusal.
Yeah.
Like, it might actually... You can't even buy a new one. Like, it doesn't have enough money for it. This Omni Knight's probably feeling pretty smug right now. Alright, they've got the Aegis up and running over on the OD. And they're paired up with the Sven. All lanes are pushed out. This could be...
Jug just spent his buyback to an Eagle Song.
Yeah, this could be the make it or break it. Oh wow, he actually... Oh no.
Yeah,
No, you always save your buyback, dude. Yikes. Yeah, this could be
Same
the fight to
pub.
end all the fights. Bottom lane, Sand King in a little bit of trouble here. Will get stunned up immediately, be able to burrow strike himself.
Always a
out.
tower for it, so it's not
That
worth it.
Aether. Yep.
He's gonna survive again.
The Juke Master 3000.
Yeah, I just don't think there's any kill. He might die.
He needs healing. Omni Knight. BKB will get popped over here. They're going to be able to just immediately take down the OD. And they used the Guardian maybe just a little bit too early here. They've got it up and running though. Witch Doctor ultimate is due. Look at just this Jug is just getting sliced into pepperonis here. And there goes the Witch Doctor. Buyback will come out from Witch Doctor. Again, this Sand King has been sitting at such low health and he's still alive. That's like ridiculous here. And looks like the team might gonna be... Nope, they're gonna go back in. Another stun coming out. Nice stun. Gonna be able to immediately take down the axe. Troll is now gonna have to fight his way out of this. There's no way that he can just back off. And it's doing a fair amount of damage, but Sven, he's just gonna go right in there. They've got the crits with the Bloodthorn. Buyback will come out on the axe. Buyback coming out from the Dusa now as well. They're gonna be able to take this tower. And that's a lot of buybacks coming in. They don't have God Strength. This is a little bit scary now. They might want to consider moving back, but they also know that most of the ultimates are down. And Sven is just getting hit in the face by Troll. Gonna be able to throw out a stun. There is no Lincolns up and running over on this Medusa. Again, Manly gonna jump in, get another stun off. They're able to take one of the racks here. And they might just want to reset after this. They expended, what, 3-4 buybacks this game? Or that
Yeah,
fight?
yeah. I mean, Jug didn't have one, but...
Yeah, because I know Medusa bought back, the
Axe bought
bought back, I think Witch Doctor bought back. This is looking very scary for 5th Man Tinker because by all means they should probably be rolling over them, but these engagements are not going the way that they need them to.
Literally 0 towers now.
And this is gonna be Satanic on Sven soon. I don't know why I said that weird.
Satanic.
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 Whatever, you're Scottish. You have the weirdest accent of all.
Yeah, as I say, I can't call him.
The actual
was
Scottish
just
accent. You're very English sounding with your accent. And now Ben will
Okay,
never
lectured
speak
on
to me
English,
again
fucking
for saying
Scotsman.
that. Oh, man.
Reset and then they just push an end, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, did we have the Satanic picked up now? Very shortly, we're gonna have the Satanic on the Sven here. And that's just gonna keep him in fights even longer. No
And he's
one
in the
except for
wing, sorry.
Dazzle on the side of the Dire has buyback right now. Jug will have it fairly soon, about 320 something, but... And Omni Knight has Ags.
I think a hex would make a huge difference. For planting.
Well, that's one of the things I would have preferred to see over on the Axe. It looks like he's gonna be going for a Hex as his next item, but...
I guess the Shiva's more.
Or Shiva's rather. I don't think the... I would have loved to see him pick up a Halberd earlier. Like, more lockdown would have been so good.
Might be a hex, but see it.
It's probably a Shiva's, but at this point I think a Hex might be better.
Yeah, they need it for this.
You need to do it for the Sven. He's...
Because, like, yeah, he just ignores the Dusa, but he kills the rest of the team.
Well, the cleave damage alone, too, especially late game Sven, is just nasty.
Honestly, if they just, like, in my opinion, if they nerfed, like, the range of cleave from Sven to be a little bit less than Battle Fury, I'd be happy.
Well, you better send Ice Frog your wish list there, kid.
Oh, it's gonna be a long, long letter then. I'm pinging for smoke, maybe.
Still no buyback over on Jug. Satanic has now been picked up though over on the Sven, so it's gonna be a force to be reckoned with if he wasn't already.
No one's showing any signs of cracking. They're all holding the nerve and just getting what they can. Power might be in trouble down here. Omni slash 8.
Oh, the BKB getting caught on the jug is a big deal, though, and, yeah, this would be very dead OD, but at the same time, take a look at the
Yeah, they get
base.
the OD, so-
We got a Beans coming in here, and he ain't afraid of no one. Medusa immediately coming in. He pops the stone gauge. Oh, he needs to turn around. He's able to land the stun out. Oh, but that's a call coming out from Max. Look at all the damage he's doing with that blade mail. Nice heals coming out from the Jakiro. He's gonna turn back around. He pops the Satanic. Look at all the damage coming out. It's
That's
just
crazy.
them against the world, and look at all this damage. Troll just cannot stand up to it. They're gonna have to
Oh my
place
God,
the
the
shallow
crit.
grave over onto him. One more hit's gonna be enough, though, and they're actually, oh, they just missed. But, oh, Sand King's gonna come in for the bag end here. Gonna be able to take him out. They're gonna immediately use up Sand King here, and there is no buyback on the Medusa now. Dazzle has bought back. We've got the Axe standing nearby. Oh, the blade mail's down though now. They're just gonna focus. Eye on the prize on the tower. Immediately take him down. Play is in a lot of trouble. And there is a DC.
Puppy paws. Tactical DC.
I don't think it's a puppy pause. He's not. Oh, do they actually call GG?
Yeah,
he's not
they type it
actually
again, so.
like alive anyway. So yeah, the GG will get called, and you solo will take both the games in the series. The soap's not even bothered, by the way. I still think EU Solo should come up with a really, like, sick name for their team, like, something with defusals, like how they don't need it, because they have definitely proven that defusals can't stand up to them. GG, though, to both teams. EU Solo draft, taking both of these games 2-0. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I'm your caster, Moxie. I was casting this with Ben. Thank you for casting with me, Ben.
Thanks for having me.
And we have another game coming up tonight. We will actually be casting K9 versus 23 Flavors over on the Requiem Autumn Discord. I believe it's just Requiem Autumn is the title for that particular channel. Gonna be doing some work with the production team tonight. So Pink Tops and I will be over there casting at, I believe, I want to say 7 or 7:30. I should probably know this. Windows has actually messed up my entire alt-tabbing thing for whatever reason, so we're gonna say 7. Check my Twitter though, that's probably the best bet. So Twitter is @GGMissMoxie. But otherwise guys, thanks so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you later. GG.